Got two whole viewers, guys.
Hey, started working. Started working.
Mine says 0.
Mine says 0 too.
I think on my account is one because I have it open in
Mine doesn't even have a viewer count there.
I mean, I'm on it as well, so I probably count as
Oh
one.
yeah, the viewers are us. We are the viewers.
Yeah, I know.
The
We're
viewers are us.
audience.
But we can bump up that average viewer count, so it's okay.
It's like it's like the Soylent Green is people, except infinitely less dramatic. Um, well, welcome. I know one problem is in my day I was having. I've not updated anything, so I'm sure everything looks wrong. Which, so be it. Oh, there we go. That's the stuff I was looking for. Anyways,
How's your microphone this time?
Yeah. Test the
Working?
mic. Yep, I'm good.
Test 1.
I see the thing. It goes back and forth. I don't know why it thinks my video capture device has audio settings. I'm like, no, don't do that. All right. Technical difficulties averted, except for stream information's gonna... I wonder if this is gonna crash the whole system if I just, like, update. Let's find out. No, guess we're fine. All right, so Curse of the Black Pearls continues with our part 3, where we all have recently had a situation where Lucian, our now Dragon Ascendant monk, has successfully become the champion of a secluded monastery dedicated to a long slain blue dragon. Was able to defeat a kobold monk who had gotten there a little before. Charlie, when they were on watch at one point, spotted this kobold but decided to just kind of let them go past, and luckily everything kind of worked out. So we are currently in this cave, and Lucian kind of goes to the other three of you and states that I need to stay here for a while to for some rituals and some things to solidify my newfound abilities. So I'll have to catch up with you all later.
I'm just drinking from the thing of wine I was sitting on.
Moderate sized barrel of
Got
wine.
like a long straw.
Right. One of the
That dragon power should have been mine.
one of these dragon cult monks seems to like twinge a little bit as Charlie goes in for like a fourth cup of wine, and it's like, we didn't have that much. That's a lot. Okay.
I want to lean over to Lucy and just be like, should have put it in your butt cheek.
She's just like, the arm's fine. And, like, arm crackles with electricity, curling up and up and around and kind of up the neck. A little spark at the back of the throat gets kind of spotted. And it's like, I really got to get going though. There's a whole bunch of things I got to do. And she is kind of wished away down a small side cavern down into the depths of the rock that is here, and the rest of you are sitting in this cavern with, there's a few more of those monks hanging out. There's the wall murals that you all had seen before, kind of detailing some version of what had happened to create the straight hole in the rock face, and this dead dragon now pressed into the rock around this, hole in it. So
Is it like a fossilized dragon?
it looks. Give me an investigation check. We'll say.
Sure. Oh gosh, I'm not playing a high intelligence character anymore.
Nobody is.
It's still actually a dirty 20.
Oh, nice. You figure out a couple things. This dragon is ancient, which I mean relatively literally both in its age category and how long the remains have been here. This was a massive dragon, probably as big as they get, and the based on just like how the water from looking at the mural, it looks like someone opened some kind of gate that allowed just a deluge of water to punch a hole through the entirety of the dragon, through the rock, and then out into the world. From looking at this, there would be another thing you pick up, which is that there's sort of a myth that you'd picked up at one point that is clicking in your head about how this area of the world between certain like what are now island ranges was considered like a below ocean level desert for a long time, and then some point a few hundred years ago it mysteriously filled with water and became like the ocean that it is now.
Can I assume that that was like the gate was open, punctured a hole through the dragon, and then filled up this desert?
Everybody kind of watches you do the back and forth of like the mural and the
Mental
thing
math.
and your own thoughts, and like sees you piecing this together.
I think I remember this story. Do you know how about
What's it about?
well, there were some stories I heard from my mother a long time ago, that this area, this archipelago, used to be some sort of desert, and something flooded it. From the mural, I assume this place had something to do with it.
Do you think that whatever flooded it may be the reason for the pearls? Because it would be a little strange for them to just be out here in the middle of a desert, would it not?
That's true.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Perhaps the clams were fired through whatever filled, into this desert by whatever filled it up.
So, are we talking the Great Clam Wars?
The clement,
Just a giant clam.
the calamity.
The clam ant.
calamity.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I tried. It didn't work.
So I realized, and then about 10 seconds went by. I was like, "Somebody gonna say it?" I'm like, "Ah, yep, there it is."
Calamity.
The clam mammoth.
That's hard to say.
The
Well,
clam lamamity.
If Lucian's gonna go do her training now, I think we should get going because we still have to meet up with Captain Black Sparrow, do we not?
Yeah, we should head out.
All right. You all bid adieu, pick yourselves up, and some of you a little more stumbly than others get moving up the rough ramp back to the surface. Kind of now, after this mild revelation about the creation of the world, essentially, you're kind of looking around with new context as you look around the ocean and realize, like, this was probably like a mountain peak at one point.
Oh shit!
And
That's
then
cool.
enough water spilled out onto this mountain to generate the ocean around you, which you can clearly see because there are no trees on this north end of the island. It's just rough rock face behind you as you look back sort of southward towards where the small village is at, and the only known boat for escaping.
Lots of clams on this mountaintop.
After we meet up with Black Sparrow, do you think there might be something interesting at the top of the mountain or hill that we're now on?
I mean,
I hope so.
there could be. Be willing to check.
Because if
Hopefully
it was a great,
we'll be able to
if it was
get
a
view
great
of
mountain before,
what's
then
here.
Surprise.
Hey,
Yeah.
there they are.
All right.
Long story, don't want to talk about it.
Fair enough. I
Surprise, Johnny.
will pop us into our sort of intro break as we get because obviously with our Discord based setup, someone arriving makes everything move around. So I'll just take a sec and get that sorted out.
Oh shit, my camera isn't connected.
Probably all. Probably just us. Yeah. Wait, where's where is? Wow. There's a there. I once knew of a button I could hit where I could leave up one screen and fix the other screen. Wherefore art thou thingamajig? Well, I can't figure that out, so. There used to be a thing. And now the thing is gone from me. Warp. Seeing how quickly I am able to computer. Spoiler alert, not that quickly. Yawn indeed. Well, it's just I need to find. Trying to find. Ah, there we go. All right, there we go. Remember to unmute you all. All right.
Did you remember to unmute yourself this time?
That is a good question. I did. All right.
I made that joke at the beginning.
All right.
Like
Now.
For some reason, my phone picked up me asking you if you unmuted yourself. And it was just like, are you trying to ask Google a question?
All right. Now, let's get going here. So everyone is sort of trekking up to head south again. Lucian, you have been pulled aside by this these members of this branch of your particular sect of monkishness, for lack of a better term. They pull you aside and kind of bring you down a little side cavern. There are like beds and provisions and things that are like meant for them to stay here for periods of time. You don't see much that would be overly useful to you at the moment, but they pull you into sort of a side room where there are texts that they seem to be copying in this sort of low lit back cave area. They take out a small tome, barely journal sized, and in a very ceremonial fashion hand it over to you as champion of the Blue Dragon Temple.
Oh god, I feel so bad. What was the last thing you said?
They hand you the journal as you are the champion of the Blue Dragon Temple.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing other stuff one more time. I feel really bad.
So they give you a journal.
A journal.
They give you a journal, although it is technically it is an ancient text that they've copied into a smaller book for you.
Okay.
The head one, this green dragonborn, pulls their hood back. It's says, "A respect to the champion. Now, you must be aware that others throughout our order may wish to claim the power that you have claimed, and it is your duty to accept their challenges wherever they find you.
Of course.
You must keep this book with you. We have
All right.
means of letting them make use of it to find you. And if you read this," and he kind of takes it and turns to a certain page past a bunch of draconic script, which you now recognize the words as your eyes have like kind of glazed over with almost arcane power, and flips to a certain page in the book and sees that there is like almost like a sign-up sheet, and there's a but instead of like a political action kind of thing, it's a it's not sign up for time slots to call your congressperson. It's like a challenge rating kind of thing, and you are there are no names in it at the moment, but you can tell from them making these copies, it looks like these are all linked in some way. So if someone signs up for a challenge, you will be made aware by checking the page that someone is coming for you, who they are from them signing it.
Okay.
And then they have a means of tracking you.
You said challenge rating, and I was just like,
Challenge rating.
so it's a monster manual?
That's not what I meant to come out of my mouth, but I'm not surprised.
I like to imagine it's just a list of just like angry dragon monks.
Kind of, yeah.
Where is he?
When you said champion of the Blue Dragon Temple, I was like, oh, is this going to be like Pokemon where you have to get all the gym badges?
Yes,
a little bit.
That is what I'm imagining it as now.
It is a mix of several genres, one of which is definitely Pokemon. It looks like we... Oh, Rezzy's back. Okay, good.
I believe you mentioned, what's it called? Afro Samurai last time.
Yes, that is another indicator, because you had to kill the kobold to gain the power of the blue dragon, and it's a little bit Afro Samurai style, where in order to be the best, you're going to have to hunt down all of the champions.
In order to be the best, I gotta kill the best.
Yeah. Gonna be the best that ever was, and murder people.
I'm the best at using lightning. There are 4 other elements.
An adventure.
However,
is
now
a
that
hero.
I have lightning powers, I am going to be a weeb about it.
A hero.
An all-powerful god.
A hero who enacts violence upon the land.
You can't just give me a dragon monk and not expect me to make a dragon slayer from Fairy Tale.
Nice. Okay, let's keep it a little tight. Moving on. So let's get. You're kind of surprised at how quickly the ceremony part of this all takes. They took you down here, and you got the sense that it was going to be like a full day of like prayer and whatnot. And then they're just like looking at you like, well, you can stay here if you like, or you can follow your friends, or whatever you wish.
What time of day is it? Because we got there like closer to the evening, right?
I believe you guys took a long rest right before the last leg of the journey, so I think it's the afternoon.
Oh yeah, and am I still at like 10 hit points?
Effectively at this exact moment, yes.
Hey guys, I think a nap would be prudent.
You are not currently able to take a long rest. You get a long rest once per day. But if you catch up to the group, it's simple enough. So you all just start heading south to try to get back to the city. You kind of stuck to the west coast heading northward? So are you sticking to like the east coast going southward at this point, or how are you doing it?
I thought we were still going north.
You can see the end of the island at this point.
Captain, yeah.
You guys kind of come up out of the cave and take a look around.
Captain Black Sparrow is.
That's what we're looking for.
Let's have Ravi, Norvin, and Charlie do perception checks.
Okay, good, because I'll be right back. I forgot my dice.
Ah.
Oh, that's cocked.
The most important.
Oh, that's cocked again. What the heck?
25.
All right.
14.
8.
8. you all can see the edge of the island. It is within maybe a mile of you, and there's no cover between you and it. You can see the ocean on the other side. Norvin, you get a read on just the sheer nature of it, where there's just the more you observe, you see the same thing everybody else does. This within a mile, you would be at the very north end of the island, and it just kind of goes around the whole way. It's a rocky shore like everywhere else. But you finally notice, without having the tree covers and really looking at it, you can see how it's weirdly flat, the surface of the island, and it's still kind of rough and jagged, but as you look down at it, it almost looks like something came in here with like pickaxe and just carved away to make it level at a certain point, which is not a natural occurrence to have a like a island or a mountaintop chopped off at the top.
Generally, yeah.
That seems kind of sus.
I think we should go check out why it's so flat over there. Maybe that would give us a clue as to where Captain Black is right now.
Who is it, my ex-girlfriend?
You take a look around, and it's and you're checking kind of the tree line, and you're like, it's not just here. You kind of look back and realize it's the entire island is all pretty up. It comes up, and then it's pretty just flat the whole way.
So it's like a plateau?
Yeah.
Mesa of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Captain Black.
Black Mesa?
Maybe he just wandered all the way around the island and walked back to town. I think we should head back and check there first before we continue eastward.
You're looking
Yeah,
out,
that's
and
a
you're
good
you're
idea.
very confident there's no one like hiding in the
So that-
rocky area further
Other
northward.
side of the island.
Let's go back around the other way, and I like whisper so the goblins can't hear, so we don't find their captain again.
That would be unfortunate.
All right, so everybody kind of marches
It's
over.
true. It would be unwise to wander upon him again.
Mm-hmm. Marching over to the east side of the island, to where you have sounds of the shoreline on your left. You all make about a half-day journey southward, and find a place to camp for the evening with your goblin helpers, crew, so to speak, giving you assistance on that. Who will be taking a watch of some kind?
I'll take the first half, since I only need to really be sleeping for half the watch.
Getcha.
I
Take
can
the middle
take second
watch, I guess.
So,
Cool.
and Charlie on the second one. So,
Sure.
I'll take 3 then.
Gotcha. So let's have Lucian rolling a d12.
5.
5. Nothing of note on your watch. Charlie for the middle watch. Let's roll another d12.
Oh right, D12.
D12
You rolled a d20.
on instinct. They are.
I did because I'm used to doing just perception checks. A 5.
I mean, I started to roll a d20, then it was just like roll a d12. I was just like, oh. Put that
Yeah, I
down.
grabbed a d20 as well.
So for Charlie as well, nothing in particular. Right around like half past midnight, you do get an odd sort of like tingle come up your neck and like the back of your head, almost like you like popped a vertebrae just a teeny tiny bit, and like you're just like, oh, yeah, it's that nerve thing that happens sometimes, or is that just me? I need to go to the doctor.
That's
So
an ADHD tick and an anxiety tick.
yay, yeah, that all tracks.
That checks out.
Yeah. You in your mind get it's almost just like a weird like whisper up the back of your head where you just get this, and then after it the creepiness kind of subsides into just a weirdly monotone communication coming through, where it's just I am messaging to inform a Charlie of the illness of an Izeli. She is going to receive treatment in Seton with a cost of 500 gold to be worked off after completion, if payment is not received within a fortnight. You do have a sense you can respond mentally.
American healthcare.
Fuck.
Scream at the ghost.
Can the debt be pushed onto me? I mean, I'm already on this Pearl Island thing. Can that be transferred to me?
Make a persuasion check for me.
Natural 20!
Hey!
That's what we like to see.
It's when the DM just takes, like, I'm just gonna take this whole adventure and put it over here. There is a pause, and a respond back where it's like, a message has been sent to Theodorus Blackstrand in charge of Tythera, and we will check back in 2 days that sign up to complete. The value of work has been completed and signed, in which case the debt shall be fully transferred into your name.
Great, another...
Is she okay? What's wrong with her?
There's another pause and a return back, and they sort of like there's a deep sigh, like someone who's like frustrated at the amount of text they've had to send to clarify something. She's like, she had contracted a horrifying disease that would have transformed her both in body and soul, and we are arranging for her to be cured of such an ailment, but costs are associated with it. In the name of Ilmer, I wish you good day.
That's not good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stress the fuck out until the end of my watch.
You just sort of, So Ravi is kind of woken up to take watch to a I assume plainly and visibly anxiety-ridden Charlie.
Yeah. As soon as I see him, though, I'm just gonna stone face. Good night.
The I don't want to talk about it reaction.
And
Yeah.
let's get one more D12 roll from Ravi.
All right. The 10.
10. All right. That's a possible. So, I would like Ravi to give me a perception check, and everyone else to make a perception check with disadvantage.
He's sleeping.
I always forget. Is perception the thing I have advantage on?
No. It's and actually, Lucian would also not have disadvantage.
Actually, this is how.
Or no, Lucian would have to be in their meditation at this point. So yeah, it's disadvantage.
Yeah, I am.
17.
I am meditatively napping.
I didn't hear anything from Randy.
I got a
17 for me as well.
nat 1.
Oof.
Oh,
Everybody's-
I rolled a nat 20 and a 15.
Everybody's syncs have like
Total
gone way
nat
off for me,
20.
so I can't tell who's
Nat
talking.
1.
So we got
Norvin,
a 10, 17 from Charlie, was it? Ravi,
7 from Norvin.
17 for me as well.
17, and Norvin, what was yours?
7.
7. Okay, so everyone but weirdly Norvin. You picture you kind of Ravi. You kind of look over and you see Norvin. Like takes in the bedroll and like they're kind of like having trouble with some of the noises of the night, and like they've like he's just like piled parts of his armor and stuff over his ears to like just block everything out and finish up the long rest. and you are like you are nearing the end of your long rest when you just hear this like and a glow of fire over the next or through the next like bunch of trees, and then nothing.
I kick
Everyone
kick
else but
Norvin.
Norvin also wakes up to this fiery explosion that's maybe 500 feet away.
and I kick him.
Shit!
I got new
Norvin, you get
powers
kicked
on
and you're not sure why,
now.
but everybody's freaking out.
I draw my rapier.
What's going on?
And you all kind of
some sort of fireball. That about 500 feet that way.
Fireball? Where?
An explosion of sorts.
You can still and right about that time, that you hear this like of like one of the trees falling.
Well, that. Anyone want to go check that out?
Yeah, and I grab all my stuff and I'm like ready to go.
Like just roll up the bedroll real quick, cinch it up, and like just like throw everything on, weapons drawn.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try stealthing over.
I'm also gonna stealth over.
Yeah, sure, me too.
All right, so is everyone just
I am
leaving Norvin
not
to
gonna stealth
put
over.
on his armor, or is
Oh right, yeah. No, I'll wait
Oh,
for.
man.
Yeah, I got it.
You can wait
the
for
three
Norvin.
goblins too are just like
I'm not waiting. 21. Wait. Yeah, 21.
Gotcha.
I'll wait with Norvin.
All right,
That's why
Charlie,
I'm
you heading up
like,
with Lucian?
Yeah, just to scout ahead. The goblins can help as well
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the armor.
think
Yeah,
it only
goblins are
takes-
helping put on armor. What's the stealth check for Charlie?
24.
Nice. All right, so the two of you move forward. You come across a relatively odd scene. There is a small boat that is about half burnt, nearly just not operational. The front, about the front third of it has been just disintegrated, and there's just smoldering chunks now kind of floating back down and getting sloshed around with the tide. There's a felled tree. It looks like the first tree that would have been from the shoreline, and there is a body, completely burnt and charred, visibly dead from your position, just smoldering there, and there is the felled tree directly in front of them. Their arms outstretched with an axe still clutched in the just charcoal hands, and blown back body, with an axe head kind of still stuck in part of the tree with this small like glowing bead that sits perfectly between the two heads of the axe.
Is there anyone else?
No, there's nothing.
Can we see like what, like, do we recognize the person? Can we see what race they are?
You'd probably have to move up pretty close to take a look, but you could definitely do that, and
Yeah, I'll move a little bit closer.
As will I.
go ahead and make investigation checks, which I believe Lucian has advantage on.
Yes, I do. Ooh,
7.
That's a 1 and a 16.
Nice.
Goodness
Looking
advantage.
over there, that's all basically an impossible task to try to recognize who this person was. The
That's a guy.
looking at their back, Lucian, you recognize this as a Goliath, and you don't remember any Goliaths that you all have interacted with on your journey. So you're fairly confident this isn't someone you all know or have run into before.
I turned to Charlie. Don't worry, we've never met this guy, so we don't have to feel sorry about it.
Do have Lucian make a
Yeah, but
history
he had a boat, man.
History check?
history check.
Oh boy, I'm not good at those. I'm dumb as shit. That's a 3.
3. Okay. Yeah.
Or
No,
no.
you have no idea. There's no indication of who this person was.
My intelligence is 10.
And like you're not sure, and even if you knew a Goliath, there'd be no telling if it was this Goliath. There's that much damage. This person took like a full-on fireball to the face.
Yikes.
I'm gonna touch the axe.
Super curse. Just the worst vibes.
Make a Constitution save for me.
Oh no. Instantly disintegrated.
Of course.
Bye, Lucian. Oh no.
I don't want to alarm you, but I just rolled a nat 1.
No!
Lucian has poor impulse control. They see a shiny thing, they touch it.
I'm gonna need, wow. I'm gonna need.
Real Travis Willingham over here.
No, or Taco from the Adventure Zone.
So we're gonna need a dexterity saving throw with advantage for Charlie and disadvantage for Lucian.
Okay, good. I'm good at dexterity saving throws.
This axe is basically like the
17.
Batmobile and electrocutes you if you touch it.
There was a very low chance of you all finding.
20.
A 20 for Charlie, nice.
And a 17 for me.
All right.
Is this just an axe that shoots fire?
So you each end up with taking 27 fire damage reduced to 14 for making a saving throw. As
I'm down.
Lucian grabs it, just like, this looks nice, grabs the thing, it sort of singes, and there's on the hands, and just does one of those like, and like tries to like kind of shake it. In doing so, makes contact with the tree again, and the little glowing bead at the head of this axe just flickers and explodes in a full-on fireball going off right on you. Ravi and Norvin, you all are kind of like watching. You have like you have the goblins there helping Norvin get his armor all strapped on, and there's
Only takes like 5 minutes
in the distance.
I now quite resemble the corpse. That not, wait, to insta-kill,
Insta-kill.
it's double your max
You are not
HP,
dead.
Plus whatever you have left as well.
Charlie, how are you doing?
Right?
I'm still up. I'm good.
Yeah, you
Thanks
gotta.
to that fucking roll
weirdly-
last week.
You weirdly
wait.
take cover behind Lucian, and the majority of the fire goes around, and you don't take too much of a hit.
Oh wait, we rested, right?
You have not completed a long rest yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm down.
Uh,
Damn it.
so
Also, I didn't grab it, I just like poked it.
you said you grab it.
Touched it.
You touched
No, I
it.
said I touched
You touched it. Yeah.
You touched it.
Whatever.
You touched it, and you nat one. Yeah, that's what.
You touched it. Same thing.
That's the sort of thing a nat 1 would happen to. I don't think it's close.
I'm just
I
gonna-
think it was just the nat 1.
Lucian is down
I'm
and
just-
charred.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell, "Fuck the armor! It's fine. Get over here now."
Do we hear that from 500 feet out?
Make perception checks.
All right.
Just in this
Oh.
sleepy hear Lucian thing.
That's a 23.
I don't want the pancakes.
This is 16.
16. Cool. You do hear yelling. You're not fully sure what the yelling is, but it is a "I'm in need of assistance"
Right.
kind of yell.
Yeah, okay. I just like, fuck it, and I run.
Right.
You just heard a very, very quiet fuck.
Now, with move and dash, Ravi can be there in about a minute. So Lucian, go ahead and make a death saving throw.
Oh no.
17. Phew.
Success. Charlie, anything else?
I'm just gonna freak out and wait for assistance.
Shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
There's
Fuck,
a moment
fuck,
of
fuck.
there's a moment of, for lack of a better term, calm, where you're looking around. There's nothing else happening, except for this axe apparently gives off fireballs a little bit loosely.
Why are all of our magic items faulty?
You're level 3.
Is
Yeah.
my armor? Is my armor on at all?
No, it's been roughly a minute. It takes about 10 minutes to put on. So not particularly. Lucien, let's roll another death saving throw.
19.
That's quite good. Charlie looks
Of course,
down.
Of course, all my good rolls are on the death saves.
But sometimes that's what you want them. Charlie looks down, and there's a fair amount of damage that has happened to Lucien, but you can see her breathing, and but you are unsure of how immediate their death is coming, but you do know that the other two are a ways away from getting here in the immediate not dying term.
Both of the people with healing abilities stayed back.
I don't get back conscious, I just am stable, right?
If there's one thing I know about D&D, it's you should always split the party and never bring a healer.
Oh. Like, it was in character. My character was like, ooh, shiny.
We'll have more details of it when it's not, almost pitch black out. Another death save at Lucien.
3.
3 is a fail. So you got 2 success and a fail.
I'm still 2 levels short of Revivify, so do not die.
If I get an at 20, which won't happen because I have bad luck, I will just pop back up at 1 health and just be like,
I'm fine.
Well, this sucked.
I don't know what to do about burning. I can try and stop bleeding, but what the fuck do I do with this?
Just patting them down.
Do you want to try to attempt something, or?
I'm using.
Is there any flames still?
There's no. Hold on.
Fire.
There is no active active burning. There's not an active fire going on, but there are wounds that have cracked, and especially points that had been struck pretty hard in the fight of the previous day.
I have a question.
And you might be able to shove a rag into somewhere and stop some bleeding.
The holes.
So you can make a medicine check.
Is there water nearby?
What about my stitches?
Yeah, you are very close to the water. It is salt water, which if I know one thing about burn victims, they love to go in salt water.
I have one question. What about my stitches on my right arm or the dragon tooth?
That is a good question. So what is Charlie doing?
I don't like that answer.
I guess I'll try to stop. If there's bleeding, I'll try to
see what you can
stop
do.
it.
Make a medicine check for me.
Ooh, 18.
18. 18 with is going to give a positive death saving throw to Lucien, which would up her to 3, which she is stable. You managed to just...
still unconscious, though.
You look to the salt water and then go, that's a bad idea. Grab your water skin and pour some water over some of the areas and rag stop some other spots. And Ravi shows up after a little bit of you holding the wound closed.
Is that a house rule for the...
Yeah,
positive death save? Okay.
Positive death save. Depends on your situation here. But for someone who's not trained in medicine, trying a last-ditch medicine effect, yeah.
I come out with my rapier in my hand.
When he shows up, I'm just gonna yell, "Don't touch that shit!" and point to the axe.
Yeah.
Hold it. All right. I will not ask. And I go and I put my hands them and cast Cure Wounds.
Nice.
Wait, am I holding the axe now?
I would say with the force of the blast, you've lost hold of it. It's just in the sand. This tree was, or not sand, it's all rocky shores and stuff, but this is just at the base of the stump that is smoldering from 2 fireballs hitting it in the last minute.
I just had an idea, but I will wait.
Yeah. So
I sheath my rapier and put my hands on them, and you get 9 hit points back.
Nice.
Clear!
key wounds
Okay.
that were being held together with a rag a moment ago seal up enough for you to gain consciousness.
I wake up and I'm just like, don't touch the axe.
It's all right. Charlie already notified me.
Good.
I assume that has something to do with the loss of your eyebrows.
My
I-
eyebrows are still there. I guess it's kind of hard to see on top of the layer of soot.
Yeah, they blend in a little bit.
Charlie, with the aforementioned, like with the previous message that was sent to me,
Mhm.
am going to the stump of this tree and looking for pearls.
I was actually thinking that.
make an
like
make an investigation check.
as soon as Ravi shows up, like I'm just like, okay, it's safe, and I'm going to look.
I am also going to check.
Does Norman make it over there while they're checking the stump?
It takes you quite a bit. 10 minutes is quite a ways, and like they're only at about the 4 or 5 minute mark at this point, so you're about halfway armored up.
But the goblins are helping, right?
They are helping, which is what's making it 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was
I
Well, I
rolled
thought
a
it was-
9.
10 normally.
No, it's only 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, then
That
it is half
is
to 5. Yeah,
fine.
so you're just about now armored up and starting to run through the bushes and trees towards where they're going.
That is an 18,
So Charlie was making an investigation check.
as was I.
9.
A 9. And then Lucian also checking around for pearls and whatnot.
Investigation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I rolled an 18 with advantage.
Gotcha. So, looking at it, the multiple fireballs have singed away not just part of the stump, but also the ground around it, which the roots kind of go into, and the roots have kind of curled up a little bit. It looks like if you gave it a good heave-ho, you could probably flip this thing over, and have pretty clear access to whatever is in the base of this tree.
Is anybody physically strong? Because I am
Nope.
I do like the like flex thing, and it's like the Mr. Potato Head where it's just like womp instead.
I mean, if all
particularly-
three of us try, we might be able to.
Seeing if I have. No, I don't have spells that could help.
Norvin comes
So how-
crashing through the shrubs and whatnot. We're on the scene, ready to go. And goblins coming out just like, "Da-da!" All looking around like,
I mean, if we all worked together, we have a rope.
Don't touch the axe.
Yeah, don't touch the axe.
Help us flip this.
Oh, okay. And Norvin, I think he can lift 1,000 pounds, can he?
I'm gonna tie a rope around the tree,
all right,
the stump,
sure.
Big
and everyone pull.
Norvin's gonna lift. He's not pulling that rope. He's lifting the bottom of
Norvin
the stump, flipping
Gets
it.
on the other side for the lift. Everybody else grabs onto the rope in front for the pull. Everybody give me a strength athletics check.
Oh, hey, I'm actually proficient in that. So
Nice.
that's a 15.
It's an
7.
18.
10.
Nice.
Thanks, Jack of all trades.
Sure.
Half
I've
proficiency.
heard stories to use your back in a jerking, twisting fashion and take your legs completely out of the equation. So there's a moment that could be considered comedy, where the rope is caught on like the last little stump of a branch at the bottom, with everyone pulling. Norvin gets some hands underneath the stump and lifts, and with all of you guys' might, the stump pulls up and goes to fall over as one of the goblins says, This can't be. And then the stump just goes boom and like smashes right on the burnt, charred Goliath body, exploding the skull. A couple of like fake gold-plated teeth flying through the air, and he just goes, "It's Boldo!" As the pieces of skull scatter into the
Do you know
shoreline.
anything? Do you know anything about that axe, then, if you knew this guy?
It's yes, yeah, it's Boldo. He's the storm of well, he was. I need to change. I guess I need to change my tenses here. There's the storm of fire.
I'm guessing when you.
I mean, it sure looks like a storm of fire came through.
He was fearless in battle. He would run up with that axe, and he'd strike his foes, and they would explode.
It looks more like he struck a match.
After someone poured a highly flammable liquid on him.
Yes.
No, he was well known for his horrible scars and burns. The front of his body was often in some form of recovery.
I vote we sell it.
Oh my gosh.
That is an incredibly
Runs to battle with this axe and just like boom in his face every time he swings it.
You just become a suicide bomber.
That one's in that 20s.
He's got like really tanned on his front.
I do have identify. I could figure out what's going on with that axe.
Norvin is looking down at this thing. There is just the slightest glow from this little red bead suspended between the two axe heads that encircle either side of it, and it is a great axe. It is meant to be wielded two-handed by somebody with a lot of beef, and but you might even have ritual casting, I think, and
yeah,
you could just sit there and start getting a proper identify on it if you'd like.
Do you have like one of the pearls? Because I think we need a pearl to do that.
You know what? I'm gonna check the bottom of the stump for that pearl.
That's a good point. With the bottom of the stump exposed, people can decide what kind of skill they think they could bring to this to find and dislodge pearls. So if you have any tool proficiencies you think will be helpful, or any...
I have my thieves' tools.
You want to try some thieves' tools?
I have smith's tools. I could chisel them out of there.
I'm gonna use perception to try and find pearls.
Perception for finding pearls is like finding them on the horizon. It would be investigation for looking through.
Oh,
the little
cool!
things.
I have advantage.
Cool.
Trying to find a way to spin acrobatics or performance because I have expertise in those.
Just to start drumming on the log. You can try it if you want to drum on the log to see if you can vibrate some loose.
No, I'm gonna use my nature on it.
Nature, sure.
Yep.
Try and intimidate the log.
Give me those pearls, log.
Ooh. Well,
turn it into a
make
mob,
me cut you.
18.
14.
So 18, 14. Nice.
I mean, I guess I'll just use investigation or something then.
Sure. And what's Lucian's investigation on that?
16.
16. Nice.
14 from me.
14. You all, in looking through how the root structures work and kind of following along where the roots would have gone from a young plant to try to seek out nutrients and how things could have gotten caught up in it, using various tools to chisel things away and to reach in and pull out some. You guys actually kind of destroy a couple of pearls in the process.
Oh no!
Where not quite good enough chisel work, okay, this one, and then you go tick tick tick, and it just chips off the end of it, and you're like, yeah, that's probably useless now. But you managed to find 4 pearls, 2 of which are very fine, and then 2 of which are kind of cloudy and a little rough.
Hey, they just need pearls. They didn't say the quality.
Technically the people that decide whether or not they pay you.
They didn't specify that when they came out. I don't know. We don't know.
Well, the one person was saying that, they have to be of a specific quality to be worth anything.
So Norvin, grabbing one of the fine pearls, you kind of recognize that might work, but you can give it a try, and it's a ritual spell, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, we cast it as a ritual.
10 minutes.
Nice. So everybody kind of catches their breath at the bizarre happenstance that was a very unlikely thing to occur.
In the middle.
There was one specific value on the D12, followed by one specific value on a D20 on my end, and it happened. So, Norvin,
Charlie, at this point, disheartened, is just gonna go finish the rest and.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Charlie is what now?
I'm finishing the rest and just spending some time alone, disheartened.
Right. Understandably.
Finish resting too, I guess. Or well, I guess I'm on my watch still.
Now, Norvin, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, that's a 17.
Nice. Through your identify spell, you kind of like weave some magic over it, and then looking at the runes that kind of reveal themselves in this, it looks like it's like a cast iron full battle axe with runes on the inside of the arc leading into the bead of fire. This is with the Arcana check, you are aware this is called the Great Axe of Fireball. Functionally out of game wise, it's on a critical hit, it casts Fireball on the target.
Fireball centered on yourself.
I centered on 5 feet in front of you most of the time. It is a full 20-foot radius, and you're all pretty much by definition in it. But obviously,
you can, extendo reach.
Oh my gosh.
And with your own knowledge of your own passive wisdom and medicine and stuff, you kind of realizing oh, this was a tough guy who usually isn't worried about it. He can take a hit. And then it must have just been a really nasty fireball that he wasn't expecting, and the blowback just took him out. So
is it possible that this weapon can be thrown at all?
Technically, it is not a thrown weapon, so it is not easy to be done, but it is technically possible. Rolling a natural 20 on disadvantage is unlikely.
It's been done.
It's been done. Yeah, if you threw it and got double nat 20s, that could happen. Through your Arcana check, you also peer a little bit into the object's history, and you can see the life of this previous wielder in moments. This was a pirate who was sort of like a solo pirate, and would swing onto enemy ships and just start swinging away. And he started to develop a bit of a reputation, because if he didn't just get out of his way and let him have what he wanted, he could set the whole ship on fire. If anyone tried to square up and fight, he would often attack very recklessly to try to get the maximum chance for a little explodey action. There's a distinct moment of him just laughing, a pure bald head, no beard, some tattoos around the side of the head, and just laughing at a crew of people as the sails burn behind him, and then jumping out. This was not a good person. And you kind of fast forward.
He was a good pirate, not a good person.
You fast forward to him jumping in a small skiff, sailing up to this up to this island with rumors of pearls in the bottoms of the trees, and he just figured oh yeah, late night tree chopping session, and didn't work out.
Okay.
Trees,
I'm gonna very, very carefully.
The one time you don't want to roll a crit.
Pick up this axe.
Right.
And just gently put it in my pack.
Your bag is not big enough to hold the axe.
Oh.
Got a hole in the bottom of the bag, and then
I hand it to the goblin.
You can strap it to your back, or you could just hand it to one of the goblins.
You know what? I'll strap it to the back of the goblin.
Okay. He's just am I meant to wield this? Shall I become the new Firestorm?
I'm just imagining a goblin just looking up at Goliath. Come at me!
No one shall stand before me, Captain.
Fortunately, I don't think he'd make it very long.
Suicide
It'd
bomber.
be funny.
I'm not above a goblin taking a couple levels of barbarian.
Do it. It'd be glorious.
Yeah, I'll hand it to this goblin and say you can wield this for now.
Other couple random details is considered. You didn't roll high enough for one of the things, but it is an attunement item. So it is, but it has a little extra volatility after it's gone off, and so it needs to kind of cool down for a sec if you don't want to increase the risk of multiple fireballs happening.
Okay.
Might
Unless
be
you
why.
want like immunity to fire damage and then just go off.
You know what? Wait. I'm a forge cleric.
Forge clerics have resistance
Are you-
to fire damage.
Oh, you are?
I
Yeah,
believe
I
eventually,
figured
I don't remember the
fire-
level, but they do get resistance to fire damage, yeah.
At 6th
And
level.
then they eventually get immunity.
Well, I'm looking at immunity to like 18th level.
I know,
But
but
imagine if this campaign goes to 18th level, you could just become the destroyer.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to that
Take a
battle
couple
axe.
levels in barbarian.
Charlie.
Kill everything.
I want to have Charlie give me a perception check as they get back to the camp, and there is a clear night kind of looking eastward from the eastern shore of the island.
14.
14. Thinking back to the last time you looked at a map for the travel of the boat and the island that you all landed on, you see just a small flicker on the just on the edge horizon of the ocean eastward, and realizing to yourself that that is the city. That's where Azalea is at right now, apparently being treated in some way. That you can see light coming from where she is.
swim.
I'm not gonna
just
make you make a
sit-
wisdom save to not swim for it.
No, I'm gonna sit and just stare at the light for a little bit before I go to sleep.
Gotcha. The rest of you get back to the kind of camp area to finish the long rest. After another hour, the sun starts to peak up over the horizon. The daylight glow is returning to the area, and you can really, as you look at one of the goblins who has been kind of obsessively just like staring at this axe and getting some like practice swings in, like away from the camp just to like get a feel for it. It's a little funny looking because it is not built for a goblin.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's a little funny. Yeah. But it is rough. Like it is like a cast iron skillet, but pour forged.
It's like the heaviest great axe
Pour
ever.
forged, just like two of the form of a sharpened axe. Not masterfully honed and folded and crafted. It's just rough iron with this bead of fire at the head.
So it's like that giant ass sword from Berserk.
You'd have to be more specific, but yes.
The one Guts uses is just it's big.
Yep.
That's its defining feature.
I would say less smooth than that. It is rough, just cast iron. So everyone kind of gets re-geared up. Long rest is accomplished, and
Thank God.
and
Somehow my clothes are completely fine.
and you all begin
I
your
call that the Hulk.
march southward.
That's the Hulk phenomenon,
The Hulk phenomenon. What?
Yeah,
Can't say phenomenon.
or the Wolverine phenomenon.
where I can just walk out of a fire with my clothes perfectly intact.
I would say there's some singeing in various
Oh,
places.
That's a good thing I'm not wearing my nice pirate clothes.
All right.
Nice being not just rags.
So,
Okay, I was in my duck onesie, so
all right. Are you all doing anything besides just heading south till you find your way to the Typhera encampment?
I'm gonna check to make sure my stitches didn't get burned to a crisp.
No, he looks fine. You don't see anything. You can, if you feel in, you can still feel the lump of the tooth under that bicep.
Yeah.
Feeding into your into the tracks of your key.
All right.
If you had put it in your butt, you wouldn't have to worry.
what if they had to poop?
If you,
No, like in the cheek.
it's just
Ah,
sorry.
I see.
I had a flashback
not-
to a purity culture conversation.
I'm not
Replace-
putting any of the dragon parts in my butt.
You're not a bard.
Oh,
That's my
Probably
job.
heard that.
That's my job. I'm the bard.
Don't.
I have
I'm
I,
kidding.
I have a whole
Don't encourage them.
I have a whole Garfunkel and Oates song in my head right now, and I gotta move on.
You gotta
Oh,
replace
I
one of
know
your
what's wrong.
ribs with it.
That'd be metal as hell.
All right. So,
Do we notice that Charlie is off?
Charlie, you said you were trying to keep it relatively self, so go make a deception check. Kind of, if you'd like to maintain a, no, I'm fine.
Ooh. 7.
Sometimes the dice fit the narrative. I'd say within everybody's just passive observation,
Yeah.
it's like, no, Charlie's having a rough day.
Hey, what's up?
Rougher
How
than
you doing?
Lucien, and Lucien's the one who almost died.
And I'm still slightly on fire.
The smoldering shoulder.
It's nothing. I think I'm gonna end up having to stay on this island and pay off some debt with those stupid fucking pearls.
We could also destroy it. We could become island bandits.
We could just like make the town go poof.
Yeah, how averse are you to stealing?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty okay with stealing.
She seems quite roguish.
Wow, I wonder where that could have. My immersion!
People looking for an opportunity to steal from the poor to give to themselves. You've embraced the capitalism. This was not the idea.
Except
mean-
we're stealing from the rich.
If it was just my debt that I had to pay off, I mean, fuck these guys. I'd take a ship back to the nearest island as soon as possible, but it's not just my debt anymore now.
A friend? I mean, if you're worried about that, we could always just make people who collect a lot of pearls mysteriously disappear.
I mean, I don't know how it works between here and the mainland, but I'm
I'm a pirate.
willing to get her out of anything. So
Piracy.
we can try.
Piracy is the answer.
I just hope we figure this shit out.
As
I
you
don't know what
all
this-
as you all are walking towards Typhera, you get to probably within about an hour's walk of the settlement. Two things happen. There's an audible like thud, 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 thud. It's like there's some sort of like sharp whack into wood kind of noise going on, like an axe hitting a tree. That is just a few hundred feet off to the right of the group as you all are approaching. As you right around that exact same time, Charlie, you get that same feeling creep up the back of your head, and the same like set of whispers before the similar monotone kind of matter of fact communication comes through, and it says,
Colonel.
The procedure was successful, and the individual Izeli will be staying with us until her debt is taken care of, or until we receive confirmation from the Viscount of the island, Mr. Theodorus Blackstrand.
So she stays with you until the whole thing's paid off?
It's kind of a pause, and it's like another message comes in. He's like, "No, she is free to go as soon as arrangements are made with Theodorus."
What if she says no? Are they just gonna hurt her in the exact same way they cured her? What is this?
Just
Guys, we
remove-
need to
system?
Just re-implant a tumor.
we need to get back to the
You never
village
know,
as
they've-
soon as possible.
I mean, the spell inflict wounds is a thing.
Let's try to
They have
minimize.
great medicine nowadays.
Let's try to
Yeah, sorry.
minimize the interruptions
Sorry.
on other people's RP moments.
Sorry.
So, the let's get moving comes up. You all kind of can see pretty clearly to your right as you as you enter the sort of wide open, clear cut area before the settlement, where people kind of come and they don't go super deep into the forest to cut off. You're not gonna go twice as far into the forest. You're just gonna go to the next tree and cut it down. But there are 4 or 5 people that are around. Some are like scouts, kind of looking out, and some have large to medium axes, going to town on one of the trees, getting it chopped, processing it to gather the stump, bring it back, and then have people carve through it to gather pearls. Are you guys making an effort not to be seen as you're approaching, or you just kind of marching up? These look like regular. At first glance, it looks like some of the regular people that live there and are in kind of the same situation as everybody else, trying to get their debt.
I'm in a
taken care of.
hurry. I'm just.
I think we're okay being seen,
Yeah, we'll just walk back normally.
Right.
Look like we're supposed to be there.
You all approach. There's that same sharpened wood stake gate that as they recognize you approaching, they just part it, and one of them, even just out of like habit, Grogan grabs a crate that you guys have been placing weapons in. There is a bit of a look because you've got 3 goblins tailing you. One of which has a massive axe with a glowing bead at the head of it. And it's kind of like, there's like, oh, hey, as you all walk up, weapons, please, new people you've found and rescued, I assume.
There are friends now.
Yeah, they're
They're
pals.
with us.
They can probably wait outside, right?
Are they coming in or not?
Oh, they'll
I
wait
don't
outside
know.
with their stuff.
Well, do they want
We
to?
won't check them in or anything this time.
Yeah, we'll just leave our weapons with them.
Yeah.
So you guys just hand all of your weapons over to the goblins you met last night.
Well,
At this point, I've already given. Like, I didn't even wait. I just gave my stuff to the guards and
right.
beelined it into the town.
I'll just let
It's kinda
them
like-
wait outside. I'm gonna give my weapons still to the guards, but
Got it.
Same,
know what?
mostly because I'm just like, okay, cool. I got fists.
All right, so you guys all drop weapons off with the guards per the usual and start heading down the curved stairway down into the little caved off area that is where the kind of modicum of society exists. Charlie, you recognize someone you got a little bit of a glimpse of a couple days ago. That would be the dwarven woman who seemed to be like ordering people around a little bit. She's just a little bit in her middle age, fairly stern look. Looks like a bronze axe at her hip and some like moderate armor. Sees you walking down the curved way and goes, "Are you Charlie?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you have a meeting." As everyone else is kind of rushing behind you.
Okay, let's go.
Are you bringing these folk with you?
It doesn't matter. If they come, they come. Let's hurry the fuck up.
All right. She kind of stretches her back a little bit as she gets up out of a chair and and walks with you over to the ship that is docked. It's quite bizarre. You get a good look out here, and you can see that the jagged rocks that usually occupy the surf around the rest of the island have been cleared in some way, so that this boat is able to come in and out as it pleases. And this boat also has some large crystalline structures that glow and pulsate slightly, and the boat itself is not rocking with the waves, even though it is in the water. It is being held perfectly still. There is an almost reverse seasickness as you step aboard and feel no sway whatsoever, in spite of the active surf. Everyone is kind of hurriedly is keeping up. She brings you into what would structurally be the captain's quarters, where you see this man, an older human, white hair, not a displeased look, just a matter of fact, every day is just the day it is. Not someone who seems like he's overly pleased with anything that happens ever.
Same soup, just reheated.
Yeah. So he is sitting there with a cup of tea that he's stirring slightly, but not a fancy cup of tea. It's halfway to a mug, but relatively simple clothes. He has some kind of medium armor, but it's not like fancy in any way. It's all very trimmed to be just efficient and not extravagant whatsoever. Not what you expected from someone who is running some sort of scenario that gathers a whole bunch of fancy jewelry materials out of a place. He just sort of looks. He goes, "You must be Charlie."
Yeah.
Arrangements of being. First off, I would like to express my my condolences. A family member or a loved one coming ill and needing a version of magical healing is always stressful. So I wish to convey my my sympathies for being in such a situation.
Do you know what happened to her? They didn't tell me anything.
The magical messages they use to communicate are brief, unfortunately. I have access to a little more detailed information. It sounds like she was participating in some sort of adventuring group for seeking some sort of treasure, and her and her party were attacked by some sort of lycanthropic animals, animal person hybrids, beast people of some kind. The details were a little sketchy on the specifics of that, but that's the gist that I got. She was apparently afflicted by their disease, but was able to escape the situation. But she was within a fortnight of being overtaken by the curses of it. So it was imperative she be purged of that curse as quickly as possible. Luckily, there were members in the Church of Ilmer that were available and skilled enough to purge this from her system. So I personally find it distasteful they are keeping her captive is too harsh of a word, but I would rather they let her go on her reconnaissance and arrangements be made, but I'm not as influential as I would like to be on the mainland. So rest assured, we are going to make some simple arrangements to make sure they are compensated and that everything is fine, and then she can go about her day, and we'll get you as straightforward of a work plan as we can.
Thank you.
Do you
Is there
before
three people talking at once?
massive man
Okay,
and behind massive man. If you he grabs another like a spare mug and pours like some tea that was left on the kettle and hands it over to Charlie and gives them a pat on the shoulder and be like, well, it's you can calm down now. Your loved one is taken care of. They are no danger anymore. The curse has been purged at this point, is my understanding. It's all that we're working out at this point is payments to those that use their skills to accomplish this.
Is
So-
there any way that I can work off the debt here quicker than just finding those pearls?
Of course. I mean, there's most people do the very slow and arduous but safe task of felling trees and carving pearls out. But there are certainly faster ways to accumulate the compensation. And if you have something of worth to trade, to just immediately get rid of that debt, then that's also possible.
Wire
So-
axe.
I'd like to step in right now.
Norvin
I
steps
am
forward.
a cleric of said god, and
Cleric of Ilma.
typically for
He kind of
Yes.
before you even complete your sentence, he just like pulls a holy symbol from underneath his tunic, and it is a symbol for Ilmer, and he kind of looking at you as like almost like a higher servant than himself. He grabs like one of his nicer cups and gets the rest of the last of the tea from his kettle in it, and he goes, "Please have a seat."
Lucian looks sad that there's no more tea.
You can have mine. I don't like
We-
this shit.
we typically don't always charge for services, assuming the person isn't of high noble status. We do our work out of charity,
Well, I'm not in
because
the details of the components required
Because
to accomplish these things.
our god is a caring one, and he wouldn't want anyone to pointlessly suffer.
Of course, that's why people receive the miracles and then provide assistance to the church to do its great works on the land and assist those in need. I myself worked for 10 years on the food lines, where the gold received from performing these miracles on adventurers was used to feed thousands.
Church corruption subplot?
But-
Question mark.
This guy is very
These
simply
payments-
dressed.
Entitlement subplot.
These payments to the church. So these payments to the church should be optional. They're charity given in an attempt to try and help others that helped you. They're not mandatory. They shouldn't be forced upon the people we help, the people we save.
Well, I mean, if he kind of has you see him, you catch him look over to a shelf, and there is a simple, like 3x5, like small but framed and clearly well taken care of painting of a young woman. She's in like a blue sort of tunic dress with it looks like a small dragon on her arm. And it looks like this is something that was posed for and painted. And it's just like, I am well aware it would be nice for many of these miracles to be done at no cost, some of which are able to be done, and the church asks for a small pittance to feed 10 for the healing of one's wounded arm, and so that more of these good deeds can be done, but to be fair, mostly from people who can fully afford. Those who gather thousands and thousands of gold pieces in the hills of ancient ruins versus those who, farm it from the land or do other works. But I know some of these
With my miracles,
Excuse me, sir. I know some of these miracles cost thousands of gold pieces worth of diamonds, which are difficult to come by in our lands. And I have seen them used and disintegrated to perform great miracles. And these things are not inexpensive and free. And the reality of the situation is those who have these abilities to create miracles, some are perfectly capable and happy to spend their whole lives doing them with no compensation, and some are not. But we are in need of them, and we must acquire them.
but you do understand that typically we don't charge more than what they can pay. And if she's having to bring in family just to meet what the church demands, this
That's-
isn't what we believe in. This isn't what we follow.
we are exactly establishing that. There is apparently someone, and motions to Charlie, someone perfectly capable from within their loved ones and friends and family that is able to do that pay. As you said, paying what they can.
But it shouldn't be forced upon them.
Force is a
It's for
odd term. There was a deal that was made, is my understanding.
I was
But what I'm
told.
saying is that saving someone shouldn't cost.
I can't tell if Norman is having a crisis of religion or if there's a technology problem.
I think there's a technology
I
problem.
think there's a technology problem.
else for help others. Statement.
I caught help others.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nope. Just got you back.
You cut out for a bit.
Yep.
Hello?
Yes.
You can hear me?
I can now, yes.
Okay.
I didn't mean to do that in character. It sounds like he's standing right there and he's just like been glitching out this whole time. Is this normal for furbolgs that suddenly not exist for moments at a time?
No, but these acts are done out of the kindness of our heart, not because we demand payment from others. There should be no payment. There typically is none, unless those can truly provide.
Yes, there's. My understanding is that one can provide, and again motions to Charlie. Again, I am not the one who made any of these deals. I am brokering the reality of the situation we are now in, which is that a deal had been made. Yes.
I was told that when the message came in, it was told to me that she would have to come to this island to pay the debts. I asked if I could pay them instead. There was no choice provided or given.
He has
She was supposed to come to this island to work.
Well, I was not there for the particulars of that meeting. I have received communication that you had agreed to do some work to pay off these debts. I can tell you the current charges are 500 gold pieces or equivalent worth of of magical trinkets of some kind, and I have someone on staff that can review anything you have. I know they're relatively common amongst adventuring types.
Yes, you mentioned quicker ways of making up the deficit. Is there perhaps a bounty board or?
Oh no, there's a
like.
The gods take a small boat out beyond the reef where some of the larger pearls and clams regulate below the waves. It's a little riskier to dive into the ocean to gather these pearls, but I've seen people come back with well beyond their debts and pearls in one day's work. I've also seen people not return, so it is not for the faint of heart.
Are there like monsters on the island we could deal with?
I am not aware of monsters patrolling the forest.
Have you heard of the firestorm?
Have you heard of high elves?
He's like, yes, the Goliath pirate. He's
the dastardly pirate. Yes.
Well, he's
if someone were to bring him to justice, would there be some sort of reward for that?
It seems an oddly specific. The first smile on his face as he gets a full read of this is someone you found and killed recently, and you wish to turn in the bounty.
I'm more trying to spin it like we saw him and we might be able to take him out.
Right. Give me a deception check.
You bet. I'm good at those usually. So that's 21.
Ooh.
That was almost good enough. You kind of almost pull it off, but he's sort of like, oh yes, if one were to, and he kind of air quotes, happen upon such a criminal figure. Charlie, give me a persuasion check.
persuasion check just for being
Just
here.
for
Oh,
being
that's
there,
not good.
just with the vibe.
7.
7.
Slam a dagger down on the table.
Goes.
If
Where
I
are you
like
hiding
start
that?
crying a little bit, do I get advantage?
No.
Do I get advantage for being sad?
The default is sad on this situation. It gives you a look like, nice try, buddy. But is one of those like, my understanding is such a figure. I'm not aware of any current bounties for the individual. That would be something you could possibly find on the mainland. I don't have that information. If you have, again, if you have magical equipment of some kind, I'm happy to have my staff wizard come up and examine it and determine its value and see if that can pay off this debt.
I'm
So-
gonna tap
wait,
on.
Do we want to try and sell the the fire axe?
Wait.
I mean, we don't really need an axe that literally explodes in our faces.
It's a little bit like handing a deck of many things over. You either really want it or really don't.
I mean, anyone who uses that thing is gonna take a
Norman will be
buttload
like-
of damage.
Well,
it's
and
gonna
anyone
be
within
huge
20 feet of
viability-
them.
And it's gonna be a huge viability for the other two
Can you hear me?
melee.
Oh, now we can, yeah.
Yeah.
Something we can try. Oh. Oh yeah, turn it off and turn it on again. I can click a thing. Something we can give a try
Charlie.
is there's a 1, 2, 3, like there's a countdown kind of thing, finger wise. So we're getting a lot of crosstalk. So if you have something you want to chime in while someone else is speaking, just put a finger up. Oh, I should probably explain this while Radzy's here. So we do get a lot of crosstalk. So try the 1, 2, 3 on, like, if somebody else is talking, just put up a finger. You see somebody else has a finger up, you got to put up a 2 or 3, and then you just kind of count it down.
Alright.
So that you kind of get in an order. Everybody gets to get their
Cool.
finger across.
Okay, may I finish?
Can you hear me any better now?
Norman
Yes.
is back and fully audible.
Yes. Okay.
May I finish speaking?
Sure.
Lucian.
I was just gonna say, do we really need an axe that blows up on our faces and it is a huge liability since three quarters of our party is heavily melee based?
Now, I would say there is no way to have that conversation in front of this man.
No, that was out of character.
Ah.
I will say in character once we leave him, we will have that conversation. I will say that.
Oh, we've lost Razzie again, I think.
Razzie has, again, the Discord gods are not
So-
smiling upon.
He's entered the ethereal plane.
Sort of
They're
back.
giving him the old razzle dazzle.
He casts blink.
All right. So, how is Charlie feeling about the scenario here?
Stressed the fuck out. But ready to
Seems like
do
an
whatever it
understatement.
takes.
So, Theodorus kind of looks over, and there is a, and as you look behind you, the middle-aged dwarven kind of head of security type lady is visibly frustrated and has like one hand on the axe and is just like very very perturbed at the amount of talking that is going on. That is like basically essentially a wheel and deal around the way things usually work. And she's not saying anything, but she's just visibly irritated. Norvin, before you cut out.
Can you hear me? Can
Yes,
you hear me?
You're back.
Okay. Okay. So, I want to lean over to this priest person and be like, seeing as you are a fellow follower of my faith, do you think you'd be able to provide me and my companions transport back to the mainland?
Absolutely, yes, of course. We have
Would-
we're going back for food and supplies in 2 days.
That is so helpful.
So, if we come back in 2 days, you'll be able to get us back there, because I have to speak to some of my friends there to see what's going on.
Of course.
I'm sure that you understand.
Yes.
Yep.
Charlie, were you wanting to get set up for your this is your meeting for us to figure out how you're going to be repaying whatever debt has been assigned to you.
I guess the girl in
Uh,
debt.
Give me 2 days and I'll see what I can do to pay off this debt, but I'd like to try to head back with him if that's possible.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
I'll pay off whatever I can, any means back on the mainland as well.
Sure. Yes, that can definitely be arranged. There's definitely alternate paths of acquiring coin on the mainland.
So,
Thank you.
hopefully, when I return to the mainland with my companions, I'll be able to speak with someone higher at the church and have this whole situation worked out. So I think payment should wait to be discussed till then.
That is an interesting proposal. The deal, as far as what has been agreed to, that I'm aware of, is that Charlie here has agreed to working out the debt, and their family or significant other, or whoever is back on the mainland, is not to leave the church premises until such a deal is worked out. There is always, with all sea travel, there's a danger of, how do we put this gently, being sundered upon the ocean and falling to one's death in the depths. Which, when someone relying on you is somewhere else and you perish, that can leave people in a tricky situation. So, it's always as soon as you can figure it out, the better. And Charlie, again, my deepest condolences for your scenario. And you do catch him glancing over at the picture on the shelf again. He's like, I'm very familiar with your predicament and understand both frustrations and hesitations, and I truly hope we can find a solution that's completely amenable to yourself.
I give you
Is that
my
your
word
girlfriend?
that I will make sure that any debt she owes is truly paid in full.
Indeed. Again, as Charlie's like, "Is that your girlfriend?" There's a oh goodness. No, no. Sorry, that is my daughter. He kind of
Oh.
catches himself realizing he's been caught, like kind of glancing over. He goes and he grabs the small painting and hands it over to you. She had a run in with some gnolls on the road being led by a bandit. We were traveling towards Seton for some missionary work from High Peak, and were put upon on the road, and she was slain. I held my child as she died in my arms, and I expected to come to the church to get her some burial rites. Instead, they offered the opportunity to have her return to life, which I obviously jumped upon. They asked a fair amount in return, but frankly, I didn't care much about what the cost was.
She's very beautiful.
You would do anything to have a loved
you.
one return. I can understand that.
So, and observing such an impossible feat definitely solidified my faith, and I have no qualms about the agreement I made to pay off my debt. And I imagine, Charlie, you have some empathetic feelings towards that as well, and that's why I promise you, is my motivation to make sure you are treated fairly. But understanding there is a debt owed for the miracles that have been performed. It is not meant as a hostile debt to you. It is meant as a continuation of the charity work that has been already provided.
Paying it forward.
indeed. That is, I thank you. It's a lovely term.
Well, thank you, and sorry for taking up so much of your time.
That is, I worry
Your
not.
daughter.
Work out with your friends. The boat is leaving in 2 days, and you can speak to the guards at the end of our makeshift pier if you wish to do the diving for those particular pearls, or if you have something you need evaluated. I will have Ingram, the half orc mage, will be out in the among the people within the hour.
Ingram?
Yes, he's a half-orc gentleman. I would assumed you would have seen him walking around camp. He takes care of our bookkeeping and evaluates the pearls that are found for quality and pricing and all that.
Of course. What's your daughter like?
She was a falconer. She was planning to do it professionally when we got to Seton. The plans changed with such dramatic life events. Last I'd heard, she is working, managing an inn in the city, and doing her falconing on the weekends with a tiny dragon that was gifted to us from a fine man who I've heard some unfortunate things to his fate relatively recently, but it was a gift from his family.
She seems wonderful.
I would spend the rest of my life on a shitty little island, sifting through pearls to make sure she's all right.
I can understand that feeling.
Well, good day to all of you. I do have other business to attend to. Best wishes to you. Again, have a lookout for Ingram, and he'll be able to evaluate anything you wish to trade in for value towards debts.
All right.
Well, I'd like to head to the pier.
This second Theodorus is done talking, the dwarven woman just slams the door open for you all to leave.
A pleasure.
Quang.
As I walk out.
And then shuts the door as you all leave.
I get the feeling she doesn't like us.
What gave you that impression?
Oh.
Isn't that how everyone opens the door for you?
I mean, back on my ship, yeah. So, we should probably sell the axe.
I like that axe.
I know, because you get resistance later.
It is a huge liability.
You can feel the fire
Not
resistance
for
coming.
me.
Yeah, but
for
for everyone
everyone
within 20
now.
feet of you.
Well, just don't get too close.
I can only punch stuff.
Punch
I have a
from a
sword.
distance.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. My arms are not made of rubber.
If we must, we can sell the axe.
I say we at least get it appraised. Because if we can wipe away the debt by just selling the axe, I say we do it.
So you guys exit the boat, head up the relatively narrow pier that leads up to the boat, and it was an exaggeration to say there's like soldiers at the end of the pier. It's like a single file line kind of wood plank situation, and there is a guard that is in a small rowboat with looks like a weirdly jury-rigged breathing apparatus where there is a long tube that has been worked out and a physical pump, and it looks like he literally rows you out into the reef and then pumps the thing for air to go down the tube. It doesn't look like the safest thing to do, but
That's slightly terrifying. That's like worse than a diving bell.
Oh, it's way worse. But it exists and it's a thing. So he seems to be just waiting. It looks like not a lot of people take up that option. You all find your way into town. There's... Oh, jeez. Jonah's ears fell out. The town is going about their business and all that. Do you guys go up? Do you go and get the axe from the goblins?
Only if
get it-
Norvin's okay with it.
Yeah, it's like take it to the front gate and let them know that like, hey, we're gonna get this checked out by someone.
We're getting this appraised by, I've already forgotten his name.
Ingram, I believe.
Ingram. Yes.
Ingram.
Thank you. Names are something I'm not good at.
The soldier's like, I can keep it here for Ingram when he comes out of his morning routine.
Cool.
All right.
Fair enough.
We just wait here for him.
Sure.
I mean, I kind of feel like diving for some pearls.
Yeah, why not?
Sounds like fun.
I'm bored.
Furbolgs don't dive.
Furbolgs don't swim.
We can swim.
We learned that
We
from
just
Caduceus.
don't dive.
I think my dice are getting revenge for not rolling any nat ones. I've rolled 2 nat ones tonight.
Yikes.
Revenge.
It's the net 20s from last week.
Right.
Yeah, has to make up for it.
Hopefully now, though, I'm back to normal.
I mean,
Okay.
You
I'm
can
okay
dive
to go
in.
diving.
I'll
Yeah,
pump.
diving.
I can pump the apparatus.
Okay.
If you want to.
Just refreshing myself on the drowning rules. For no
I
particular
know you have
reason.
minutes of air equal to your
Yeah.
on modifier
it's
plus
it's
one.
actually a relatively relaxed system.
Oh, so I have 3 minutes of air.
Yeah, I got 4 minutes.
I got 3 minutes.
Wait, how do you have
To
4?
what plus 1?
Because my con modifier is a 3.
Con modifier plus 1.
You're
Yeah.
a bard.
Oh, I just have 2.
Yeah, I'm a swords bard.
Nobody
Fair
dumped
enough.
con to have a negative amount of time they can hold their breath.
Yeah,
Constantly
I'm a fighter
gasping.
bard.
It probably says like minimum of 1 in there
It
somewhere.
probably does, but
What's really ironic?
that
I
sounds
originally
boring.
was going to play an air genasi bard, and I could just be like,
Oh, hell yeah.
so, what are you all doing? There's the goblin with the
the
axe is
rowboat.
just like standing there, just like. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey,
I take the axe from the goblin and hand it over to the security guard.
Oh, okay.
Just-
he just
just
takes
be
it and like
careful
puts it
with
in your
it.
box basically, and
Be careful.
It sometimes explodes.
we'll be not bringing this within this area. Then, do you one of your assistants
Oh,
want to
no.
hold it out at
Oh,
the
no.
tree line or somewhere?
oh no, it only explodes when you swing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
neat.
yeah.
It just
Okay,
don't
so are we
swing it
leaving?
around.
Don't swing it.
Let's have Lucian make a persuasion check.
Can
What's my...
can I give them advantage because I also spoke?
Can I give him guidance on that? Because like I'm there next to him.
You did not have time to cast a spell and pat them on the back about it. The guidance is very useful, but it has to be made with a plan to do something versus just blurting things out.
Oh, okay.
So, Lucian with advantage on persuasion.
Cool. What's my charisma modifier? 17?
17? They're like, all right, sure. And he just like carefully places it in the box and like kind of leans it away and kind of just stacks a couple like other crates like next to it so that if it went off there'd be something in the way. It's like,
Smart.
all right, if are you going somewhere? Are you gonna wait for Ingram?
I think we said we're going diving?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let Ingram know if I see him to look at it.
Okay.
Went on an island.
He's just like
You
not
know?
clear on what
Good
you all
swimming.
were wanting him to do. But all right, so you guys walk down the pier. There is a security like one of the soldier type guys that's there, and He has like a crossbow and a trident, which is kind of unusual for the other compared to the other people looking after people here. Kind of he has to look up at you a little bit because it's just sort of swaying at the bottom of this narrow dock with a ladder leading to it. Who else coming?
Us four.
All right.
All of us. Wait, didn't Norvin say he wasn't going?
No, I'm not diving. I'll stay in the boat.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'm gonna need your names, and he kind of like pulls up a little like logbook.
Lucian Lowstar, at your service.
All right.
Not actually, though.
Are you diving?
Yes.
All right. You,
I'm Ravi.
Ravi, are you diving?
Yes.
All right.
I had to run through the
Charlie.
list of names of characters I play in my head.
Same.
And then Charlie sounds off, and it's like, "Are you diving?"
Yeah.
All right. And you, big one.
Norvin, I am not going for a swim today.
All right. I'll mark you down as accompanying but not diving. Marks it down.
It's like Apollyon? No. Leonos? No.
All right, it's on the larger size for as far as rowboats. There's clearly room for up to like 6 people, and plus his like little contraption that he's got at the front of the boat. Everybody climbs down, and he starts to untie. He goes, somebody want to hop on the oar? And he starts
I will
rowing.
do that since I am proficient in water vehicles.
Nice.
Hey.
Fully able, no issues, rowing out. There is a spot where the waves start to go up and down a little more. You kind of spot the spot where the underwater reef that you can't quite see must be for the change in how the water's flowing. And it does get a little deeper and darker pretty quickly. But he reaches underneath the air apparatus, pulls up this iron anchor attached with a long chain, and he goes, "All right, well," he kind of grabs a tube, and he's like, "If anybody wants a quick way down, now'll be the time." Lucian with a hand up hands you the anchor. Charlie with a hand up. The guy looks at Charlie and is like, I don't know if it'll sink quick enough with one. Keeping the boat stable in a good position is going to be rough, but we could try it.
No, it's fine. Just go ahead.
All right.
I'll take my boots off, take off my belt, like my
Sir, please stop.
scabbard, and I take my dagger, leave my rapier, and I put the dagger in my mouth and dive in.
Gotcha.
You
Leather
don't have
armor
wait.
still on.
Wait, I thought we didn't have our weapons.
Oh, right. No, we don't have weapons. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, none
Was
of you
that
have
just
your
for
weapons.
the aesthetic?
Yeah, pretty much. But I do take my boots off still.
Right. So everybody geared up essentially armor-wise, and Lucian getting the assist for the travel down with the anchor. So Lucian, make an athletics check with advantage, where Ravi and Charlie just a straight athletics check.
Oh, yeah, because I'm so good at those.
That was really close to a natural one.
That's a nat 20 and a 3.
Ah. So that is
17.
25 and 15. All right.
17.
Oh,
Someone should
17.
probably
Okay.
bless on us beforehand.
This would have been a good time for guidance.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I should have used a blast before they all hopped in.
There was that moment where like, this is my moment for guidance, and then you go to like pat someone on the back, and they just like,
They're
like
just
jump
gone.
off the boat.
They're
You're like,
gone.
ah. All right.
Oh, bless. No, we're probably too deep.
After good probably 100 feet or so, Lucian, you definitely just riding almost British nanny style, whose name is escaping, Mary Poppins
Poppins?
style. Kind of foot on the foot on the anchor, drifting down, hitting what you expect to find is rock or soot or something. You hit sand. The water is clear enough that you can see this just like yellow sand that just happens to be at the bottom of some ocean. You have a tube in your mouth. Air pretty quickly is supplied. Norvin, you got something going on?
I'm just chilling on the boat with the guard right now.
Gotcha.
Wait, so could I like go back to the anchor and get another breath if I needed one?
Yes.
Oh, you can't take the tube with you?
You can for a certain radius, but then
Okay.
there is a you look at the tube and there is like a little rock that is kind of tied to it up the tube about 6 feet. So it kind of like just drifts. Or no, it's only like a foot. But there is sort of like a constant bubble of air kind of coming out of it. And it's set up so you can go grab it and get a breath if you need to.
Cool. So I just start digging around? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
How would you like to try to find something that would count as a place pearls would be?
I'm gonna look for like bubbles coming up through the sand.
Nice. Give me let's have Charlie go for a perception check.
Oh wait.
Modified 20.
Ooh.
Hey.
Instantaneously, at first you don't see, you go to look for bubbles, but then you just see a hole in the sand just suddenly apparate, and we're talking like you have a kind of a flashback to like having heard of or seeing like clamming, where you look for the little gap in the sand that's maybe like a big mollusk is going to be like a pencil hole. This is a full-on, you could stick your head in it. A hole of sand opens up as something gets some water into its gills.
I'm going to use the same tactic because out of character I legit did not know how you find pearls.
Yeah, same here.
But I'm guessing
same.
in character as a pirate I might know that.
You may. So, perception check on Lucian. Ravi, you are not down there yet.
Okay.
There is some kicking and some paddling, and then you take a moment to take a breath out of a good breath out of the tube, and as you take that moment to pause, you realize that your back is touching air. You are still on the surface of the sea.
Damn it.
I got an 18.
18.
Can you tell I grew up somewhere landlocked?
So Norvin will yell at Ravi, "Get down there already!"
Ravi is within arm's reach if you wanted to
Slide
pat him
down
on the back for a guidance.
I'll pat him on the back for that guidance right now.
Ravi,
Pushes
give
me under further.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
shoves
push
him
him
deep.
Just push him with a minor blessing. So Ravi, give me another athletics check. This time, adding a d4.
All right.
I thought that was bless.
Yes.
Guidance is for skills.
Bless.
Bless is for attack saves stuff.
Yeah.
It's also a first level spell, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
16 this time.
16 is well and plenty. So you find yourself getting down to the sandy bottom. Charlie, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to like dig my hands in and lift whatever this thing is.
This giant clam.
Go for it. I'm gonna say, give me an investigation check. You're just kind of running your hand through the sand, trying to find purchase on something.
5.
Oof.
5. You go and you kind of like brush sand away, and some of it kicks up into the water, a little bit into your face.
Do we have like goggles or something?
Nope. Not super necessary. It's salt water, so your eyes.
I'll wave Lucian over. to help.
Right. You
I
kind of
will
wave
do
like wave Lucian as you're kind of just feeling around. You find a hard rim, and you go and you like you jam your hand under it, thinking like, oh, it's finally this is it. And you go to get under it to like lift and like, come help me out. And then a 22 hits you, I assume.
Yeah.
This is why we don't have any weapons.
You take. Oh wow! You take only 6 bludgeoning damage as something. Your hand goes in very quickly. You feel your forearm kind of scrape against the edge, and then a massive clamp down onto your arm as a massive clam of some kind. The motion kicking up a bunch of sand, and you can see this ivory massive shell, something good wheelbarrow, like 2 wheelbarrows clamped together, but like now up to your elbow.
Oh my
have an
God.
incredibly stupid idea.
You caught one. Swim with it.
Lucian and Ravi do spot this happen. So what's Lucian doing?
I'm gonna swim over.
Yeah, with your speed.
Can I like push Charlie away? Because I have a really stupid idea.
You try to, so you just like get on top of the mollusk and just like try to shove Charlie. Make an unarmed attack.
Against Charlie?
Yeah, but you're doing it as a shove, but it's the same roll. Or well, no, it's an athletics check. That's right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm unnatural. Wait, no, that is a 16, 17 total.
17.
Just like with my foot, just.
There is a Charlie. You see what Lucian's doing as she swims in front of you, gets some purchase, and goes to like kind of shove you out of this thing's mouth. There is a junk as you are still just like stuck, arms stuck inside of this thing. You did not manage to shove it free of this thing's grip.
Yeah.
You feel the shoulder almost pop out of socket, and you're just like, ah!
I'm guessing you can guess what my idea is.
Mm-hmm.
I have lightning powers.
Oh no.
Lightning
You're in
and
the
salt
water.
water. What could go wrong?
In a saline solution.
Hey, I said it. I said openly it was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea. To Charlie's benefit.
Doing those.
To Charlie's benefit, it does take your action attack to try to attempt to shove. So sounds like it's going to be a next turn kind of scenario.
What, me shocking us?
You doing a shock of
Wait,
everyone.
isn't
Yeah.
the breath weapon a bonus action though?
No, I can do my away. Does a shove count as an attack?
Yes.
I can use my bonus action as an unarmed attack.
So,
but I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Charlie try and get out first.
Fair enough. Ravi. What
Yeah,
are you
I'm
doing?
gonna.
Well, it's gonna be Ravi now. Man, I'm always backwards. Ravi up and now.
How far from the like tube is the barnacle?
With Charlie's size, approximately a
barnacle,
foot or two.
Oh, from like the tube, like
The tube
the
is like
tube?
in Charlie's mouth at the moment. You get
Okay.
They were able to.
There's only one tube.
No, there's each of you has a tube.
Okay, so
but there's
Okay.
to explain. Charlie had each of you kind of have one. You kind of like bite a hold of it and have it in your mouth while you're near the ship. And Charlie did well enough on their search check that they found one like right nearby, so that they still have the tube.
So I guess I'll take the tube out of my mouth
Mhm.
and cast vicious mockery on it.
What do you
I'll
say?
use my
I'm mostly curious about what you say to this clam.
you bleeding barnacle bastard, and then suck some more air as I use it for the spell.
Yeah, let me know what kind of save that is.
That wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
It's a clam.
It is a clam. it's clam bonuses.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't think it has great wisdom, but we'll see.
It fails.
All right.
Good.
So that's 2 damage.
Nice.
2 psychic damage.
2 seconds. It
And
feels
has-
really. It's what I would say it feels bad about itself, but feels is a loose term with Moss.
Yeah.
Crap.
And it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Oh, nice. Norvin, you're sort of chilling up in there with the waves, and the guard's like just pumping away with the air supply, and it's just like, so you guys got a lot of debts, or is this gonna be, we're gonna see a few times? You guys hoping to wrap it up today? And then you see some like bubbles hit the surface nearby.
And then you hear
Do
the
I
bubbles carry the message.
do I hear the vicious mockery?
Not really. It's 100 feet underwater. There's not a lot of sensing that.
It's not a SpongeBob cartoon.
Right. There is a
Can I can
sudden
I
and
tell that
concerning
there's anything
burst of
going on down
bubbles,
there?
but that's it.
Can I tell that there's anything going on down there?
I mean, the bubbles are weird and new. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Nat 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey.
So that's a 26.
You just become Sauron.
You kind of look, I mean, it's difficult, but you, just peering down, enough of the rays of light from the sun get down there, and you can see bodies thrashing around some sort of ivory trapezoid, for lack of a better term. Roundish trapezoid.
So I just want to clarify this. It's kind of out of character.
Sure.
But you said that I had like quick armor something.
Oh,
Cast
it
off.
is a failed enchantment of cast off armor. So
I
It-
can't use it like
So
cast
you
off right
cannot
now.
use it as cast off armor because that enchantment failed and its own like cursed version of it took hold. But that is a cursed version that could theoretically be dispelled at some point and fixed with the proper expertise, which I believe you attempted it last game and it didn't work out.
He almost.
Yeah.
I think he rolled like a 19 or something.
You do look at your armor and realize if you just hit yourself enough times, it'll just naturally fall off.
I'll just jump down there with my armor on.
Just
Oh,
you
bottom.
jump into the ocean wearing full plate.
Yeah,
Is
that
something
seems
I need to
perfect.
clarify.
Yeah, I want to get down there fast.
Sounds good.
Not-
Okay.
Not the worst idea I've ever heard.
Oh, it might be.
Do you at least grab a tube on your way down?
No. I once had a monk try to 1v1 a Tarask.
Of course they did.
So,
Did you at least grab a tube?
Yeah, I grab. I'm not. Norman's not like that dumb.
Have you looked for a tube yet?
No.
There's a reason. There are 3.
Oh, because there's only.
Because there's
Oh no!
Oh, there's 3 different
There's 3
tubes. I thought
tubes.
there was only one.
I see my team in trouble. I jumped down
Yeah,
there
jump
still.
in. All right, just jump in and better than the anchor, just start sinking. And we'll come back to you in a
Just-
sec. How's
Do
Charlie
I see
doing?
Norvin coming? Do I see Norvin coming?
Not yet. Charlie, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to pull myself out of this thing.
Right, that's fair. You can go with athletics or acrobatics. You can either be just yank, or you can try to find a good spot to get out.
16 on acrobatics.
That is a 9. So you find a spot. It's almost like it kind of tries to reset the clamp again, and you just like and get your arm out of there. But yeah, you are free from its grasp.
Now move, please. Now
Yeah, I move a little bit away from it.
I will now feel less
Okay.
bad about this stupid idea I have.
Are you doing anything before you move?
No, I just move. I can't really do anything.
All right. It does try to bite you again as you move out of its threat range.
Oh fuck! I didn't.
It does have disadvantage from being made fun of.
Oh wait,
Yes!
This clam still
whoa.
feels really bad about itself, so it's having a hard time biting you.
Having an
I forgot
existential
about
crisis.
cunning action.
Yeah. That's only a 12 to hit, so I'm pretty sure that misses.
Yeah, it misses.
okay.
So
I was
there
just
is
like, wait,
a
you're rogue.
there is
Oh,
a
no.
Yeah, I have cunning action.
there is an insane amount of water that moves. You get the feeling that if you had been just a little closer, just you being halfling size, you would have ended up just fully inside of it.
Oh no!
But you
Oh,
kick
no.
you kick free and create some distance, getting away from it.
We spot any pearls inside it when it chomps?
Goes pretty fast. And there's a lot of sand kicked up.
Okay.
But anything else other than just creating space between you and this massive clam?
I'm creating space because I'm
Good.
afraid.
It sucked. It's not what you were expecting today. It kind of does its after its attempt to clam onto you. It kind of just does a quick like open and shut, and it just propels itself, but it only gets about it only gets like 5 feet. Like it doesn't even exit Lucian's range yet. It's very slow, and that's
I love watching just videos of clams swimming.
It's clamping around. It seems like it's attempting to do something, but whatever it was does not accomplish anything. Lucian.
Okay. I have a question. How do I always forget. The key saving throw is wisdom plus proficiency
+8.
plus 8, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm about to do something incredibly stupid.
Yay!
Anyone who can see Lucian sees them open their mouth and just a laser made of lightning comes out of their mouth. Gonna need a dexterity saving throw from the clan.
True.
And probably myself.
And also,
I'm firing it into
It's probably
the
more of a
sand.
con save at that point. There's no dodging the water.
there's no dodging. Yeah. Let's see.
Scream.
One thing I want to look up here.
This is probably going to be the second time I've almost died in as many minutes.
The campaign's just gonna end here. You're gonna
Right.
obliterate everyone.
The TBK was just someone using their abilities in a saline solution.
Well, because Norvin is also in full plate.
Well, we don't know what type of metal it
Got it.
is.
All right.
Could be
Well,
a non-conductive metal.
Does full plate actually affect my swimming ability?
It's got it.
It doesn't.
Because it
Well, we were
doesn't
more
say
meaning-
it does.
We were more meaning that it gets electrified
So-
because of
Uh,
a
so
lightning.
rules as written: you cannot swim while wearing heavy armor, giving you
Climb the chain.
giving you an effective speed of 0.
He can climb the chain.
Whenever you are in water, you lose any carried shields and weapons and begin to sink. There are checks to keep your head above water, but that is irrelevant as it was not your goal.
Climb
And
the chain.
there are checks you can make to attempt to head back to the surface. But we'll see what's happening here.
We'll see if we all die. Well,
We're
damage
gonna
we
cross
deal
that
is
path
dying.
when we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it, which is in just a sec. We'll move on here. So Lucian, what are you doing? Lightning breath,
Yes.
firing a dex save.
Yes.
Whoop. That's a failure.
Good.
Now, Charlie in light armor and moving has successfully moved far enough away to be outside of apparently a spherical effect. Lucian is not far enough away for that spherical effect, so
I figured.
we'll need that same save from Lucian as well.
What's my? Oh wait, I'm proficient in them. That's a 13. A.
For your save,
Yes. Which is my DC.
you're okay. DC 13, yeah. It
Yes.
fails, so
Oh right, shit. It can't insta kill me unless it deals double damage.
right. So go ahead and roll your damage.
I can't. I think I had. Yeah, I had my. Do I add my dex or wisdom? It doesn't say.
I don't believe you had anything. It is 2 rolls of your
then
martial
that's
arts side.
Then that's just a flat 6.
6. So 6 lightning damage to it, 3 to yourself. As you realize
Okay.
this is probably you definitely feel it. You have that sparks going up and down your hand wraps at the moment.
And then I'm gonna hit it.
And you're gonna punch it.
With-
Okay.
Yes.
Now the underwater is always just the worst.
Yeah.
You do not have
Melee
a
is
swim
disadvantage.
speed. Yeah, you don't have a swim speed, so you or a natural swim speed, so you're gonna have disadvantage with your punch.
Oh.
However, it
Oh,
is prone, which would have given you advantage. So,
they just cancel out?
So it'll just cancel out straight roll.
Okay, then that's an unnatural 20.
Nice. All right. So roll your damage. You have an extra die of lightning damage on it because of your
Cool.
hand wraps.
That's 5 plus 4, 9.
9. All right. There is a significant zap to the thing as its flailing clamp around slows to a stop, and it just comes and like rests in the sand, like kind of half parted.
So it's dead?
It appears to be at least dying, if not just dead. Now, Ravi, I would say go ahead and make a perception check.
All right. I'll go with the blue die since we're underwater.
Nice.
Oh.
Dramatic.
Yes. That's 21.
All right. You do spot for half a second. You're like, why does he have a second anchor? As you look up, and then realize it is a humanoid form, just sinking. Unsure of exactly what's going on there, but it appears Norvin has jumped in the water in full blight.
Oh shit. In my head, not speaking out loud underwater.
You're like, Norvin, go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. You dove in like, oh, my team's in trouble. You immediately sank about 20 feet straight down, but you could kind of see the scuffle. Looking down at the scuffle, you can see that, yes, there was some sort of like fight going on. You see a little flash of electricity, and then you see this massive clam just like get like zapped really hard, glitch for a second, and then just like fall down to the sand. So it appears like whatever was happening has been resolved. There's no need for you to continue sinking to your very likely death. So, how would you like to proceed?
I hadn't thought this far ahead.
I mean this with no shade whatsoever, but to no one's surprise.
I'm gonna gesture to Norvin and like point to the chain and then just point up.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that chain.
You're going to attempt to grab the chain. All right, so you will be making a trying to get a hold of the chain is going to be an acrobatics check, where trying to just force kick yourself back to the surface would be an athletics check. So I'll let you decide if you want to be trying to just get yourself up towards air, or
I'm
you
gonna
want
go to the surface.
You want to try to swim, basically.
Yeah.
You will need to make an athletics check.
Does a 6 work?
Oof.
Oh no!
Norvin drowns.
A 6. You're not sure what you have to get. You know a 6 isn't close. So failure means you sink an additional 20 feet.
Oh no, Norvin!
It's not like we can pull him out. We're all Dex characters.
Wait.
Just have the barbarian. Oh wait. Well, this
Question.
this scene has
This is
changed
like-
abruptly.
So I have a very important question.
Yes.
So it's not like the actual use of the spell, but can I make a spiritual weapon and kind of like stand on it under the water because it floats? So like,
And it can look like whatever you want it to look like.
yeah. So can I make it look like just a disc?
You're just like just scrambling at the water, realizing you're getting nowhere. So you need to choose a form. So you just form a disc of spiritual weapon and put it just under yourself and hoping for the best?
Directly beneath my feet and just praying to God it works.
I will say, given your amount of prayer you're doing, give me a religion check.
A religion check.
Oh, but religion's intelligence.
It is.
Uh,
I texted my
Sometimes you gotta know what the scripture says.
Is this a 0?
Oh no!
A 0.
A 0? Oh no! Oh no!
As you're frantically kind of digging at the water, you think to yourself, "I need a disc," but the intention of the spell is to make like a weapon for attacking. So you make one of those like ring weapons from Xena Warrior Princess, and everybody kind of looks up as you're like, and you just like float through the disc. It's just-
We should probably help him.
Oh, a chakram. That's what you.
Can I check to see if the clam had any orbs in it, pearls in it?
When we get back to you, yeah. Charlie, what are you up to?
I guess I'm gonna go and try to grab Norvin and help pull him up.
If I can,
Sure.
I'll do the same.
I'm just picturing I'm picturing like a zoom out and someone doing the math where there's like the halfling and the effectively large size, full plate wearing Furbolg, and I'm just picturing like, I'm gonna go help.
It's like the opening to the B movie, just according to all known laws of physics.
There's no way that a bee should be able to fly.
Yep. So Charlie's gonna do a move and swim dash up to Norvin to try to help.
Yep.
Go for it.
try and drag him like to the chain, I guess, or something.
Is that a... What check is that?
I would say you can you're just in light armor. You can swim to his general location, but it would be an athletics check to try to steer him one way or the other.
So 5.
No. I'm so sorry, Norman, but you are going to drown.
I'm just picturing like session 0, like, oh, we're all Dex characters. What could go wrong? I'm just.
Miss. I rolled a
am the
7.
strength character.
Yes. Oh my God, you have a -2 on strength.
I have a -2 on strength.
I have a
5.
Oh no.
5 does not do it. You're pretty clever. You kind of spot that there's a chain. If you can get him to the chain, he could just climb up. So you just like, chink. There's like the feet kicking and the man going nowhere.
As someone who is like literally 5 feet tall and my strength stat would be -2, yeah, I felt that.
See, my strength stat would probably be like a 0, but I'm just not a great swimmer.
I'm built like Norvin. I'll just put it that way.
Oh my.
I wish I would-
So, what is Lucian doing in this situation?
Has Lucian noticed the?
Oh yeah, plain view of everyone at this point. Especially with this
first
glowing,
part-
like, holy spiritual weapon now, like, over him like an ironic halo.
First, gonna quickly drag the clam over to the anchor, just super quick.
Super quick's probably not going to happen, but yeah, you can definitely try to push it towards the anchor. Yeah, give me an athletics check to just move the mass of calcium and flesh.
16?
16, you get a little ways. You get about halfway over to where the anchor is at.
Okay, cool. I thought it would be easier since it's underwater.
It is you're not built to be traveling underwater.
I'm built different.
Built different. This is not a party of Tritons. Ravi, what are you up to?
Or water genasi.
I'm gonna try and get Norvin over to the chain as well.
Swim up to Norvin. Yeah, give me an athletics
Yep.
check to try to shove him towards the chain.
With advantage because I'm helping.
5. No, you had your check on your turn. You can hold your action to help and give someone advantage if you like. That hasn't happened yet.
It's another 5.
Another 5.
You know what? The good thing is, I just want to say the good thing right now. There are air tubes we can share.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that is true.
Right.
Norvin just spends the
That
rest
was
of his
gonna be
life
what I
on the
was gonna-
ocean floor.
Uh,
I live now.
so Norvin, any other great plans or
Um, I don't want to die.
Can I
You don't
also
wanna
give
die, it's
Norvin my
fair.
air tube on my turn?
I have 3 minutes of oxygen. I should be fine for a bit.
Okay.
you can kind of decide one way or the other on what you're trying to do. If you're sharing air, that's gonna use up your attempting to help shove.
I'm grabbing that chain again.
Going for the. All right, make an athletics check.
Okay, so the dice are in my favor now. Nat 20, so that's a 23.
Hey!
Nice.
You know what? I had to make up for those zeros.
23. With the
fives.
aid of people creating some amount of horizontal force, you manage to get a hold of that chain. You are currently 40 feet below the water, but you do grab a hold of the chain, and you are feeling like you're gonna. You feel like you're gonna be okay, but I would like you to make a perception check.
22.
22.
So 16 plus 6.
Right.
Good at that.
So,
That's a lot of ums. I don't like that.
that is, yes. I had to check some numbers. So you have a hold of the chain, and you kind of like the moment of extreme panic subsides for a second, and you're just like you see a bunch of people that are around. I mean, Lucian's scooting the clam over to the chain, but you got 2 of your companions right there with you, making sure you're making it over to this chain to get hold of. They all have air tubes. You're feeling like you're probably gonna be fine. And Charlie, what are you up to?
Would giving him my air tube count as a use an object action?
Yeah, I would say so. You can get a
Bonus
good breath.
action, I will give him my air
Good
tube.
breath for yourself. Bonus action. Shove the tube in his mouth. Norman, you weren't close to like starting to drown or anything, but it is a welcome feeling of air entering the lungs. New air, and as you let out the bubbles of old breath and take in some new air. Anything else Charlie's doing?
I don't know why I use bonus. Like, I don't know anything else. I'm just
Good,
gonna
like-
stay by just in case anything happens.
Yeah,
What
you
could
could
I-
like give
sorry?
Norvin the help. You could give Norvin like the help action or something to try and.
I would say give me
Or when he tries to climb
Sure.
out.
give me a perception check also. Well, unless no, yeah, just give me a perception check as a free action.
Oh! Modified 20.
Modified 20. That is
Nice.
pretty good.
The dice gods are making up for their error.
Right.
0? I'm a cleric and I roll a 0 on fate. Like,
Swear to God, if that
on religion.
Okay. So, something that has been missed, mostly due to it having a pretty good ability in this, circling at a range of roughly 200 feet, starting to tighten its radius, is a massive shark.
Oh no.
That has
Dun,
a
dun.
certain number of rounds ago made its perception check when an electrical discharge happened in the ocean to gain its attention, and has been passively moving in this direction while maintaining stealth actions. finally rolled low enough, and someone rolled high enough to spot the shadow in the distance. And at first you're like, oh, that's like 40 feet off reef shark. And then your eyes adjust slightly, and you're like, oh no. Oh, that is...
Oh,
no,
no.
that's not.
That's a big boy.
That's a big one.
And that was my action?
No, that was free action. You guys still have your action.
Oh, I'm gonna take a ball bearing and, like, throw it at Lucian and, like, points towards the shark.
I picture just
You
like
just
a...
You see Lucian just like,
Well, the ball bearing's gonna be there in like 2 rounds. Because water.
Fuck.
Good statements.
Do I have anything heavier? Crowbar! I just take it and drop it.
It's significant. It's not like any. It doesn't fall any slower. It's the density of it that.
Right.
ball bearings
Yeah.
are made of a lighter material, though.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a...
but they're still significantly denser than water.
They are more affected by currents given the relative mass. But, try to physics me out of this, boy. I don't know why. I have a whole character now I need to create of backwoods physics expert. Oh man, good times. Okay, so completely lost track of where I'm at because there's a great white shark and a guy in full plate holding on to a chain. Lucian, what you up to?
Yes. Still, actually, is the clam open in any way?
I would say, given you just like your passive wisdom, you have a couple of options. You can try to just get this clam on the anchor and hope that people can heave it out of the water, which seems relatively unlikely. You could try to just pry it open and dig in there and try to get at whatever pearl exists, or you could just start punching it till it's shattered and then go through it. But
explorer's pack is a crowbar in an explorer's pack?
do give me a perception check.
All right. 15. No, not 15. 18.
18. Yeah, I say you think to yourself like, oh, I think I might have a crowbar, and then as you kind of like reach over to your pack, you catch the crowbar falling towards you, and you're like, oh, that's gonna be here in a sec. And then your eye goes past the crowbar, and you see the shadow moving just at the edge of the amount of light that can go through the ocean, but it is starting to turn.
Like the forest of coincidence.
I'm in danger.
Decisions were made, and things
No,
made their
no,
checks.
I am in danger.
We're all in danger.
There's a lot of danger to go around. What is Lucian doing? Of the 3 options you had, just pry the thing, get the pearl out is probably the fastest.
Yes, but would it be an athletics check or what?
Yeah, I mean it's just physically prying it open. You don't know how difficult it'll be, but until you try,
I'm gonna pry that shit open.
do it. Athletics check.
It is dead, so hopefully easier.
Is that a nat 20? Nat
Seems
20.
Hey,
In a moment of oh shit, there's a shark. You just pull it all the way open to the point that you kind of like even push down on the ridge, and it just pulls up and snaps. And bulging out of some of the flesh, you can see that there is a good like softball sized pearlescent shimmered orb.
I'm going to take it, put it in like a pouch I have.
Won't fit in a pouch.
I'm a pirate. I got big pockets.
No, it's a full on like. This is one of the larger
This
things you've
bead.
held in your hand. Fight the prom night
you can
jokes.
hold on to it. You have hands, as far as I know.
Yes, but that would make me a slower swimmer. I had a really funny thought. What if I stuck it in my character's bra?
In the sashes that form a support
Yes.
structure.
Yes.
I will say, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay, that's just straight dex.
I thought I have a
22.
22 is plenty. If I can do it at 17, you can do it with 22. All right, tuck away this this large orb, and your hands are free. You are ready to go.
I start swimming.
Yeah, you still have your full movement, and you're completely unarmored. Nothing hindering you, and there is even the chain to kind of grab to give yourself a little boost.
It's just kind of that cool thing where I'm just like pulling myself up the chain, letting go, and just doing that.
Right.
'Cause that's
So let's see here. So swimming straight up, you make it about. We've been playing a little loosey goosey with the up speeds, but yeah, you make it about 40 feet up, and you are on track. Ravi.
I guess, like, can I, is it like, I guess I'll assist Norvin in swimming up.
Help him in
I've
his
got him.
in his attempt to climb up the chain.
Yeah, like I've got him by the one, like, strap for it on his shoulder, and I'm, like, also trying to swim up.
Right. Sounds good. So you're just waiting to assist. Basically, you can
Oh,
kind
and
of grab.
also,
You can kind of grab the chain and just help like push him up, so that
yeah, that too,
he'll
and
have
I'll
advantage.
also give
in that.
him inspiration.
Is inspiration require an auditory? Don't remember if it's.
I'll check that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably doesn't, but it might. I don't know how well he responds to a slap on
Through
the
stirring
plated
words or
butt.
music. To do so, you use a bonus action on your turn. Who can hear you?
Stirring words or music. So you'd have to let the tube go. Which isn't
Yeah.
that big of a deal. Until it is. So there's a bit of a that comes
Yep.
across, and Norvin, you feel like, okay, they've got my back. This might have been a bad
I can
decision.
do this.
But they've got my back.
So you
Norvin,
get a D6.
nice. So you're sitting with a D6 and advantage if you'd like to try to get some height up this chain.
Yeah, I'd like to swim up now. I would not like to sit where I'm at. That would not be nice.
So are you you are wanting to climb up the chain, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because swim up is a completely different difficulty class.
Yeah, climb up the chain. Yeah.
Make an athletics check. You have advantage, and if you'd like to burn the d6, you can.
I don't need advantage. That's a 23. That's a nat 20.
Gotcha. Now, there is a question of whether or not you want to burn the d6.
cat.
Sure.
All right, go ahead and roll your d6.
Kitty.
It's a 5, so that's 20. I don't math.
28? 27, 28?
Yeah, 28. 28.
In any case, you beat the DC 25 athletics check to just swim upward.
Oh no.
Reduced to 20 for having access to the chain to just, pull yourself up. So you are able to move. It would be just 15 feet for making the check, but an extra 5 feet for beating it by 5. So
Nothing for the nat 20.
Yeah, so you are at 20 feet below the surface. You're really feeling the concept of being in the ocean in full plate.
Great concept. How far is the shark away from us at the minute?
At this moment, make a perception check. As you've seen everybody kind of have their eyes dart off into one particular direction.
Probably got hella swim
17.
speed though.
17?
Yeah.
You see that it is roughly 150 feet away from you all.
Okay, so I'm not gonna send my, because I still have that weapon.
Which weapon?
Float. The one I summoned from
Oh, the spiritual weapon.
spiritual
Yeah.
weapon. Yes.
Yep, it is glowing. It is kind of to your left, yeah. You want to
I'll
like
send
move it
that-
towards the shark, or?
Yeah. the max distance, so 60 feet,
Well,
staying
I
just.
think it can move 20 feet with your
Oh,
bonus
right.
action. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Alright.
can summon it within 60 feet, but it
Mm.
can only move 20.
Right. Sorry. Send it 20 feet in the direction of the shark.
Totally. Xena's metal ring just through the water towards, generally speaking, towards the. Again, we are talking a. Let's see here.
15-foot long shark.
Pretty big shark.
Yeah, let's just do this.
It's disconcerting. Eek.
So there we go. That's about right. So this is what you see at about 150 feet, which is now on its turn, turning towards you all and going into its full tail whipping through the water, heading in your direction. Never experienced a massive shark beelining for me, but I imagine it's troublesome.
Yeah,
Charlie,
probably terrifying.
I've had a barracuda beeline for me, and that was terrifying. I can't imagine
Yikes.
a fucking shark.
right?
So, this is off topic. Well, kind of not really. But I was scuba diving, and I had a barracuda, and they have fangs.
Yeah.
They're
They-
terrifying.
They have fangs.
Honestly, if you put a
Man.
human in like a UFC cage with a squirrel, I'm not sure how that would work out for the human. So
And it was like a 6 to 8 foot long barracuda that was
Mhm.
swimming at me and my dad and the instructor when we were scuba diving.
mhm.
And the instructor, he'd been playing with the fish, but when he saw it swimming at us, he basically just looked at me and my dad and just gestured us for us to like back up and ignore it and just not go near it. Because those things, they're so scary. Because
Yeah.
most fish don't have like teeth. That thing has teeth. Like,
All right,
That
Charlie.
thing has angry eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got some
it's-
bridge. It weirdly has more of a binocular vision than you would expect on a normal Earth world shark. It's looking at you. Charlie, what are you up to? They have semi ditched you as the push to get Norvin up. Norvin has climbed quite a ways up.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the chain to swim and then bonus action dash.
Excellent. Give me an athletics check just to see how well you're doing.
Fuck out of here.
Get
over-
Ooh, it's a you said athletics?
Yes.
16.
16. Still pretty good for you, because you don't need to really worry about.
Yeah, but I rolled an 18.
And with your, you can actually move dash dash. So,
I forgot about that.
yeah. All right, you actually, in your just halfling and thiefy nimbleness, you just and like kind of grabbing the chain when you can, just go just past everybody up to the this large rowboat and just grab the edge and just pull yourself and tumble in. You are fully.
I'm gonna yell at the dude to start pulling up the anchor.
He's rolling. Oh, the anchor! Like no tube in your mouth, and he's just like, huh? And he grabs the. Well, he stops pumping air and grabs the anchor and starts pulling up. So Lucian, there is an odd moment where there is a lack of air being provided. But what are you doing?
Action dash, keep swimming.
Gotcha. With action dash, with where you're at, you could burn a key point and just rock it out of the water.
Also step away.
I mean my my movement when I dash is 80 feet, so
Right. Does not actually affect your swimming. Or well, your swimming is added. But your
So
swim
it'd be
speed
like 40
is
feet
different
you
for
can
your
swim,
thing.
right?
So it'd be about
Because-
40 feet. You would be
Yeah.
getting to just below the surface with movement and action dash. So you're close.
So if I bonus, yeah, I'm gonna burn my first key point of the day.
Nice. Burning the key point. Similar motion to the rogue a moment ago. Just splash up out of the water, breaching practically and this, grabbing the edge and tumbling into the boat.
It's like that moment from Harry Potter.
And for Ravi and Norvin that are still in the water, you've seen this thing. It is kicking its tail. It is 50 feet from you as we get to Ravi's turn.
I mean, I'm just gonna help because I assume I'm moving with Norvin.
Not really. You have to to help him effectively. You have to like grab the chain and like help shove him up.
Okay.
But the chain's moving now too.
Chain is also
Yeah, I
moving
know.
now.
I'm just like figuring out because like I'm helping him move, but like
You are.
I don't know if I'm moving myself.
You are confident you could get yourself, provided you are strong enough to do so. You're pretty confident you could get yourself into the boat, or you could help Norvin get into the boat. You don't think you can do both before the shark is on you.
But can Norvin get himself into the boat by himself is the question.
You don't know.
Strong boy. I could probably pull myself up.
I guess you're climbing now, not swimming, so...
You gonna go for
Yeah, I
the...
ditched Norvin.
Gotcha. Give me an athletics check to finish the lift and pull into the boat. Someone who has
Because I'm so
failed
good
at
at
this as
those.
a child, I know it's a thing.
Fun
I'll lean
fact.
over and help pull him in.
Fun fact. Natural 1.
Ooh.
For a 2 total.
Right. Charlie, you haven't had a turn yet to help, but you get a hand on. You are holding on to the side of the boat, but your body is still in the water. But you are at the boat, ready to kind of pull yourself up. Norvin.
Or me.
Huh? Oh, what?
Charlie or me?
Charlie has a hold of you. Kind of just turns to is gonna try to help you, but you are currently still in the
Okay.
water.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
swim
go-
up the remaining.
Well, I rolled a net 1. I'm just...
Yeah,
I'm gonna hop into
Okay.
that boat.
you still are at the boat. You just the athletic check is for you because you're not wearing heavy
Oh,
armor.
I was at the boat already?
You have movement to get up to the boat.
Oh, okay.
And then it's an athletics check to get up out of the water and into the boat.
Oh, okay. I see.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Norvin,
I'm gonna get up to the boat and try and get in.
make an athletics check for making that happen.
That's a nat 20 again.
Woo! That's very.
These
good
are
news.
making up for the ones and zeros.
Let's
This is
go.
true. Yes. With especially with the assistance of the anchor is just being pulled up at the moment. And you're using the anchor line to pull yourself up. You get up to the edge, and because the soldier's already helping, essentially, lock arms with this guard, and he'll get you up out of the water and into the boat. Ravi on the other side of the boat, kind of helping keep it balanced.
So, I still have my action, do I not?
You do not. It
It's
is
just
no, it's
movement to
your
get up.
movement and action to get up and then get into the boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
How close is the shark right now?
50 feet from where you guys are at.
Oh, no.
That's still too far for my spiritual weapon to get there.
Right. You could get your weapon next to Ravi.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Might be helpful.
I don't know if I can do this because I've never asked it or read it before. Can I hold my bonus action for if the shark gets within distance and have it strike it?
You cannot hold bonus actions.
No?
No.
Okay, I'll bring my spiritual weapon within 10 feet of Ravi.
Gotcha. Okay. So...
I'm about to get bit.
Um,
It's 150 last round, and now it's only 50. So
it is only 50.
I have a feeling.
You have an entirely valid feeling.
Dun.
Question: Has Ravi taken any damage today, or is he at full hit points?
Not today, no.
Is at full hit points. Excellent. So it does not
Yeah.
have advantage on its attack.
What is
Oh,
what?
no.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
So
It's a shark. You can smell your blood. Makes
No, I
sense.
get that.
Dun, dun, dun,
Still
that is
terrifying.
that is a straight roll. That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
Misplaying my 20 AC artificer.
Right.
Artificers are busted. If you build them right.
That could have been worse. So that is 17 piercing damage as a massive shark everyone sees thrashes its right next to the boat and chomps down into Ravi, blood streaking into the water, and it is just there with that bite into Ravi.
Ow.
It is approximately 30 feet long.
That's a big boy.
It is a big boy. It could be
Shit.
we don't know the shark's gender. Charlie,
I've dealt with sharks. Bonk.
Is he grappled?
huh? It does.
grappled?
He has been bit. You don't know if it has a hold of him as far as a sense of grappling. You have a hold of Ravi
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to pull
In
him
a-
in again.
in a much more dramatic version of the end of Titanic. So
Jack also gets bit in half.
now, do you want to?
Actually, I'll hold my action until someone else can help me pull him in.
Gotcha. You want to just be the
I
anchor
was
to
gonna
help?
pu- I
Yeah.
was gonna punch the shark.
Sure.
I mean, I will definitely be trying to get out of the water. so-
Right. There's a very low chance Ravi's not going to try. So you're going to wait, hold action to assist. Lucian, what's you doing?
I'm gonna punch the shark right on the nose
Nose punch.
Punch it in the schnoz.
Go
because
for it.
sharks are sensitive to nose punches.
Now,
Yep,
sharks
they-
are especially
vulnerable.
sensitive, probably, to electric nose punches. So there's a question to be had
But probably
about how
so is
well
Ravi.
Lucian learns lessons.
Do I learn my lesson? Nope.
Oh, okay.
My thought process is it's a fish.
Sure.
This will probably hurt
Yeah.
more.
Make your attack.
I'm for dinner.
Gonna
It'll
cook
probably
it.
hurt even more if it's a natural 20.
Oh no.
Now, you do not have anything giving a bonus die of damage on that. It is just your straight damage if you make your hit. So
Yeah, it's just 2d4 because
2d4?
crit.
Crit! Oh,
Roll
gotcha,
the
gotcha. Punch in the nose.
Sharks are vulnerable to nose punches.
Don't roll the nose damage.
9 damage.
Bludgeoning or lightning?
Lightning.
Lightning damage, okay.
Do I also take that?
So
Not in the
how
water,
much
so no.
how much was that?
9.
9?
Counting my dex modifier.
Gotcha. Ravi, make a dexterity save.
Shit.
All right. I'll use the blue die because electricity.
Sure.
Well, oh no, I am good at the deck saves. Okay, so that's a 14.
14, good. Okay. So you take 4 electric damage as you we wiggle free of the teeth, and just a little bit of zap hits you as you're getting out of there. But anything else from Lucian?
I mean, I could hit it again.
You see the shock hit Ravi from being in the salt water with the thing you're
Just-
punching.
This time, just a normal attack.
There's a whack, and you're like,
25.
25's a hit.
Ish.
6 damage.
6. All right.
Let's hope I didn't just piss it off.
You get the feeling you have successfully drained maybe 10% of its toughness. There's a small
With no
scratch
weapon
punch.
from any of the rest of us.
And you see this bridged eye just like looking at you. Ravi, what you doing?
I'm I'm gonna get the fuck out of the water.
All right. Make an
Athletics?
athletics check with advantage. Just Charlie is specifically bracing and waiting for your move to pull you up out of the water.
The 16.
16. All right. The athletics is a DC 15 to get out of the water.
Thank goodness.
There we
Charlie
go. There we
helping
go.
roll.
Thank you, Charlie.
Um,
The two weak ones.
the
The
two
rogue and
weakest
the
ones.
bard.
I have to.
Miguel and Tulo.
The way I'm going to roll the specific situation, you are exiting its threat area for attack of opportunity.
Good
You
point.
have cover with the boat, so you're going to have an AC boost.
That's a good point.
That is.
Did not think of that.
That is still a 28 to hit. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yep. That's how that works. All right.
Fun fact: I currently have 8 hit points.
I'm surprised he survived that. Oh wait, no, he hasn't done damage yet.
There is a moment of like pulling Ravi up out of the water and like, oh, thank goodness. And then the shark just like chomps on Ravi's leg, and there is a massive like burst of blood. The Lucian gives a uppercut to the snout, and Charlie like grabs the ankle and like pulls the rest of the leg in. It's pretty screwed, and Ravi is at 0. But it is Norvin's turn with healing spells, I assume. Ravi is not instantly dead. They didn't roll high enough for that. But Norvin, I'm gonna assume you do a cure spell of some kind.
Oh,
If it could have done 37 damage in one attack, then I
Right.
would have been dead instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Oh, it could have. That's within its realm of possibility. But
I'm gonna touch Ravi and cast Cure Wounds on him.
nice.
Woo!
Ravi, you gain consciousness. Your pants have far more holes in them than they used to. Everyone
That's a
kind of
10.
looks as
I-
this large scarred fin like shakes and dives. The
Wait, my turn's not over.
right, yeah, you'll do more stuff, but you're not killing this thing. It's not physically possible.
How many hit points?
It still has over
10.
100.
10?
Oh yeah, Ravi. Oh yeah, how many do you have? Yeah. So
My
I guess
spiritual
I can
weapon.
check that off
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bucket list.
take a swing with that spiritual weapon. Ravi, I
Yeah.
think you're at 10. Though I assume you guys will at least short rest after this.
I think we're gonna long rest after this. We are.
Not an option
Not-
yet.
That's a 22 to hit.
22. That is a hit. Yeah.
Okay, and roll damage, and that's good. I can math. That's 12.
Nice. Yeah, that the metal ring then shoots up out of the water with like an arc of shark blood. The shark, being immediately after Norvin, dives underwater. The soldier working the boat gets the anchor the rest of the way up and like hits it in and goes, "We're rowing," and it immediately starts moving this boat back to where it anchors. You guys get past the reef pretty
Robbie's
quick.
just laying on the floor of the boat.
He's just like
I'm
Pretty
throwing
like
up over
Loki
the
at
side.
the end of Avengers. Just like,
Charlie, give me a perception check.
Um, 16.
16. You look as you go to throw up over the side, you do see the shark. The water's clear enough for that, but you see the shape just like head down to the shattered giant clam at the bottom, and it seems to like dive into that and start getting the flesh out of there.
I fucking hate the water.
I guess me breaking that clam earlier helped us out in the long run.
Turns out.
And for our efforts,
Did you?
everyone just sees me casually just reach into my shirt and pull out the pearl.
This like hand-sized massive
Thank God.
pearl.
Thank God you at least got that.
All right.
I turn to the soldier. How much would this fetch?
The soldier looks kind of wide-eyed and is just like, "That's bigger than a lot I've seen in a while. That might cover all your debts. I don't keep your books, but
Oh yeah.
good on you."
That shark.
But also, he's also saying that, well, like, but we're fucking getting out of here, right? He's just like,
I'm helping him row. I am now helping him row.
You all get back to the dock. We'll wrap up in like 10 minutes or so. Charlie, what are you doing? Other than
As we're rowing back, I just want to say to everyone, thanks for doing that. I know we could have all just gone back, but I feel like you did this to help me out, and I appreciate it.
I mean, I did it because it sounded fun. In hindsight, gods, was I wrong?
I mean, I got to punch a shark. I've always wanted to punch a shark. Those
I
slippery
mean,
bastards.
I got to get bit by a shark.
I mean, that's a
would-
once in a lifetime experience. Mostly
I
because
would
people
not-
die afterwards.
the guard giggles at once in a lifetime
would not
experience for a shark
recommend.
bite, but
I nearly drowned, so that was fun.
I like pull up my shirt and there's like the half ring of like teeth marks.
yeah, new pants will be needed.
Isley is my girlfriend, and I appreciate you guys going out of the way to help us out.
No problem.
And
then I throw up over the side of the boat again.
I have someone I'd do anything for as well back home as well. It's actually why I became an adventurer. And a pirate. Not necessarily in that order.
Charlie, you notice the soldier who is frantically rowing chokes up slightly and is just like, kind of gets a couple looks from people and is like,
Aww.
lay off, I'm a
Aw.
romantic.
I want a wingman for this random ass guard now.
You are a bard.
It is now the party's entire job to get this guard a girlfriend. Or boyfriend.
You don't know his
Dang for
preferences. All right. You all make it back to the dock with a multitude of feelings of all over the
Pain.
spectrum of feelings. There's death avoided on multiple fronts. Accomplishments, other kinds of accomplishments. You do pull in, and you can see the half orc, who is sort of their bookkeeper and their professional that evaluates the pearls. It seems like you do see him kind of doing his rounds in the town up the dock. That might be that's a really nice narrative spot to call it. But we could go a few minutes just to bookkeeping stuff. We'll do the start of the next session for that. So
Yeah.
Sure.
Good place to stop with people sinking to their almost assured doom. Sharks making their perception checks outside the range of the immediate encounter.
I want to explain why. I want to explain why I jumped in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what the fuck?
I thought you said a couple 100 feet. I didn't realize you said 100 feet. So I thought they were out of range for guiding bolt. Otherwise, I would have just sent that down.
Well, you also
You
yeah,
wouldn't have been able to see.
something like that. Yeah, sure. I wasn't gonna bust out a grid or anything because I didn't know you guys were gonna do this today.
Well, no.
So there was sort of a variable height that you guys could have been at.
Yeah. The DM's bane. I didn't know we were gonna do this time.
Yes, derailing.
Right.
I once
Yeah.
heard. I once saw a TikTok of someone whose campaign is currently a pirate campaign that started as Tomb of Annihilation.
That's how
That
it
makes
do.
sense.
What I'm super excited for is my birthday is coming up, So I'm running a level 21 shot.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
It's always fun.
Happy almost birthday.
Happy almost birthday.
Happy almost birthday.
All right. Yeah. Let's see you all next Friday. With
Yeah.
fewer shark tooth holes in your legs, and
Hopefully.
hopefully this softball-sized pearl can buy you out of most of your problems, and you'll all be.
But just a pretty price.
And then we can start the real adventure. I can go fight a fire dragon.
The real adventure was the sharks you punched along the way.
You can go fire dragon and then blow flames out your butthole.
There you go.
I'm not putting the dragon bone in anywhere near my character's butt.
I don't know
Like,
why you
that
didn't.
was
Like, it's
probably
literally the
good.
best part.
I don't know why butt bones. I'm a little bit
You make
on
a
Umbra's side on this
bracer.
one. I
Make
don't
a
understand the
bracer
butt
that is
bone.
just like all of the separate ones that are just like in a ring.
Right. I assume
my
there's
idea
gonna be
was
like
more
one in
on
each limb for like,
That is
punch
the
and kick
idea I had.
motif.
That is the idea I had. Basically,
Versus just like
right
a ring
right
around the
hook,
butt. I don't know exactly how it would work.
Then
Ring of
follow
fire.
with a
Yeah.
uppercut.
Like we're talking like T-Rex sized teeth here. So
They're big.
yeah, they're hefty.
My favorite part.
Finished because my dad came in. For my birthday. I'm running an Exalted campaign, and I probably shouldn't say what one shot I'm running because my partner's in the chat.
Ah,
But I'm running.
Yes.
But I'm running Planet of the Tarrasques
nice.
because
Oh no.
because it's Exalted, and I'm giving them 40 levels to put into 3 different classes.
Fun
I've
times.
only banned one combination, which is Order of the Scribe Wizard and Tempest Domain Cleric.
All right.
Understandable.
Like, that multi-class is not allowed.
Well, we will see you all next Friday, and see how you're gonna move on with
Auf
your
Wiedersehen.
adventuring day, or see how screwed you get by the man on the price of this obviously should be worth a lot thing. We'll see how that goes. You have other pearls too, so you might get those valuated while you're at it.
Big
but-
money. Big money.
Big money. All right. See y'all in a week. Have a good.
Yeah, see you guys.
Have a good time.
Yeah,
see ya.
Bye.